I gotta give it a...
Alright, we're live, guys. And if anybody's tuning in, thank you very much. We appreciate the support. We're going to go ahead and get into our next session of the Tales of Kvasir. Of course, we have Brian, Victoria, Mitchell, and Shy, and the infamous Blue, Josh, wandering off to go find his dice. Well, I guess we'll hold off a moment till he gets back and do a player recap and everything, and get that going and stuff. Does anybody have any expectations for this session coming up? I'm just curious.
We gonna die.
We gonna die! I did tell everybody else, guys. I will preface this session with the fact that I'm sure you guys are gonna go down this ruin and everything, but it's gonna be hazardous. There's definitely gonna be some hazards there. Possibility of death. I just want to inform you that. So I'm sure you guys are gonna go run willy-nilly in there, and it's not like it's so deadly that there's no way you're gonna get through it either. I just want to, there is things going on that could possibly kill you if you make a misstep or something in certain situations. So
teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we do. The team wax. The team wax. And I, of course, am your friendly neighborhood DM Switch. I guess it has come down to a player recap. Does anybody want to take that?
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Favorite it, and then when you go back to the main menu at the top, it'll be a master list. You can access your favorites.
Oh, there he goes. Alright, so if you guys are ready, Mitch and Shy, you finishing something up?
Hold on, I don't know if we are live right now.
I clicked live. It says we're streaming. I just saw us on stream.
No.
We're not?
Excellent work, Guardians.
It looks like we are, Josh. I don't know what you're seeing, because I see us right now.
Well, it does say we're live. And maybe it's...
Maybe letters mean differently what I thought they meant. No, we're definitely live.
Oh, okay. I see what it... For some reason, the Twitch page hadn't refreshed for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're up. We're good. Sorry.
He's like, I'm just trying to distract you.
I'm just testing you.
So if everybody's ready, go ahead and give us the player recap, Van.
So Van stumbled his way across the desert lands and the wooded forests and what be you to find his way late to a tribunal of a sort, where people were emissaries were gathered from the tribes of... I'm forgetting the name of the island.
Unum Ferrum.
Yeah, the Unum Ferrum. Yeah,
yes,
that's what all the tribes refer to it as.
He stumbles his way in, only to be questioned by the Yuan-ti. Rightfully so, after there were a bit of a betrayal by the Aarakocra,
yeah,
supposedly. Once everybody kind of got the questioning out of the way and kind of vetted Van, he decided, I'll help you guys out. And we made our way to these ruins where we're currently at. With Van swinging through the trees and our frog friend Grennan taking the lead to scout out what seemed to be a human encampment. We found that there was some sort of figurehead there, like a leader or a captain, we assume, of a guard, which Van wanted to get some information from, only to, through combat, find that the human leader's talking back was just a little bit too much for our friend. And
Caress, yeah.
Caress, to spare his life and such. The venom dagger slicing his throat for the end of our extreme battle of pushing and shoving and grasping with earthen hands.
Fucker didn't go full bikini on his ass, alright? Just bite his throat out. Set off.
Our captain friend then being turned into a zombie by Moss over here.
The scholarly methods.
The skull. Yeah, it's very scholarly.
Necromancy.
To kind of throw the corpse into the hole here. The plan, we assume now being that Caress will attempt to get some information as promised from these tents, where Van believes that the word of a person is a little bit better. We now have conflicting views, and we're going to see how we're gonna excavate.
All right. Very concise. I like that. Thank you, Van. So if no one else has anything input, we'll get right into it. All right. Well, you all find yourselves now currently, if I remember correctly, it is night. It is in the midst of night now. The sun has fallen since the beginning of your fight with its encampment of humans that were seemingly running around the ruins and digging it up. You all are standing around the what remains there, the encampment, the tents, and everything else. A little bit of blood that was in the air is exacerbated now, and is currently the stench of death is starting to consume the camp with all the bodies lying around. You all sitting out front of the entrance and the larger tents now, deciding what your next move is going to be. So, I leave it to you all. Where would you like to take this from here? It is, I would say, time of night would probably be around 10, maybe getting closer to 11. So it's definitely getting into evening time.
Wait, that's good. That's past evening. That's nighttime.
That's Doc.
That's Doc.
This Doc.
So I guess what we'd have to worry about now that we don't have a talkative specimen to give us information would be...
I mean, not, if you remember, not at the moment. We've got this guy here, and he bops the head of the guard that we've knocked out.
Yeah, you guys do have
we do have them. Yes, that's right. Thought he was dead for a moment. Well... Do we plan on delving these ruins tonight, or are we going to get rest after we find information?
They've already set up a camp for us here. They're so gracious too. So why don't we? My figuring is, why don't we outfit one of these tents to house our prisoner, and then
let's give a little scroll up. So
snack.
I promise I won't eat it.
Okay. Perhaps you can later, but right now, you gotta search around. You said you do the searching, so you do the searching.
I'll do the search.
You might want to talk a little louder. I can barely hear you from here.
I will. Alright, so.
You're like,
fine. If you want something done right, you do it yourself. Slither out.
Slither out!
Alright, Seacrest.
Then
is Caress in the search.
Alright,
I'm just gonna stalk off. I'm gonna slither out. You know, just gonna wiggle my snacky snack self out. I'm gonna go investigate the large tent closest to us.
The large tent closest to you. Yeah, go ahead. You easily enough, upon first sight, you walk and turn in and see that this is a supply tent. You see some swords and some spears and some other general supplies. You see some excavating supplies as well, some, pickaxes and shovels and things. A little bit of food and rations over in the corner and everything too. Without even just a general look, you can simply see that this is obviously where they have put all their supplies.
And that's his first tent here?
Yeah, that's the first tent towards the bottom, yes.
Well, we already have supplies, but you never know what may be hidden.
Yeah, if you would like to look into farther to details what exactly is there, then just go ahead and give me an investigation check, and we'll see what you dig up. Is anybody doing anything else at the moment while she's doing this?
I'm gonna go check the most central tent.
The most central tent? There's really not a central tent. I would say just a general look. And most people would be aware enough that they assume the smaller tents would be probably where people were staying, and you look to the larger tents to either be supply or perhaps one of the leader's tent. So, based on that information and assumption, which tent would you like to look at?
Investigate.
I mean, you don't have to tell me. You don't have to move your guide, dude. You can just tell me, man. I mean, I just have it up.
Oh yeah, you had to actually get.
Oh, you gotta get up and
see
look.
it.
Oh, I see.
All right. 13.
13. You looking around, you actually do, you find 2 more of the superior healing potions, so that's going to be 2d4 plus 4, I believe. Or it's just the next level from the lowest. I can't remember. Superior. Is it superior?
Greater.
It's greater? Okay,
Superior
greater.
is like the
yeah,
highest.
Yeah, highest. I'm like, I think I'm wrong on this.
That's the one you really want.
Yeah, please give me this. So you find 2 of those, as well as you find about 20 rations altogether. So probably more than you really need to carry. You find
Especially
about
how heavy they are.
You find a couple sets of ball bearings. You find some shovels, like I said, some pickaxes. You find some hempen rope, a few 50-foot sections of it. You as well find some just regular general swords, long swords, some spears, some shields, all basic soldier equipment. That's generally what you find. Oh, you do find somewhere stashed off on the side, though, a little sack with 10 gold pieces in it. It seemed like one of the soldiers had put behind a shield somewhere.
Cool. So I'll take that gold and an armful of rations. So I'm gonna go out and just toss them to him.
So okay, I got you. So we'll say that you come out with enough to throw 2 to everybody.
And I kind of just toss them out towards where all the rest of the group is still standing right there, in between the tents and the ruins. Just be like, "Look, I've caught supper."
And now that you saw the tents, what will you be doing, Grennan?
I'll be investigating the next tent up.
Okay, next tent up. As you walk in, you look around, and you see an actual desk set up with a much nicer little cot and sleeping area. Some banners and things hung. You see across from you some formal armor as well. You look around, you see a table with some maps. There is a chest in the room as well. You look down, there is some various furs and other things adorning this room. There is a little portable tablet that seems to have wine and some snacks on it too. What would you like to look into, and how would you like to do it?
I would like to go check
I'm
the
gonna need
desk
some drink.
for any letters.
Yeah, certainly. Go ahead and give me an investigation and see what you find there. I mean, actually, I would say that even without investigation, you can generally just see the letter. You don't need to worry about that. You come up to it, and thankfully to your necklace that was given to you at the meeting of comprehended languages, you look down and you see some various letters. One of them having the name. Where did I put my little wheel book? Hold on 1 second. The one thing I forgot, my little yellow back. Oh, come here, book. Alright. There we go. This so I can tell you the proper name here, so it's not some, you see at the top, it is a letter addressed to General Hudson Exbrow. And in the letter, it states, it's like, General, we have given you the task of surmising what these ruins hold. We're hoping it is the key to the treasure that we seek to take over the rest of this continent and show the elves that their treachery and their allegiance and their inability to form an allegiance with us will be paid for in blood. I give you men and resources, all that you need to find anything in this ruin that hopefully will turn us to the direction of what we seek. And it is actually signed off with just a royal seal of the Royal Human House, which was it? I don't know if any of you guys actually know any of that or have been around. Maybe one or two of you guys might.
I'll just mark down the notable names and stuff in my notebook.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to the human world before.
Yeah, so the royal stamp and everything, at the end it is signed King Servictus. That is Cervictus, Servictus.
Men and their petty squabbles. I'm gonna take this letter out and show everyone. I found the thing!
look. He found a thing.
Let me see that thing. I'd like to inspect it too.
Go ahead and give me, since it's a farther inspection of the general information that's just on it, go ahead and give me an investigation check on it. Actually, yeah, just investigation should be fine. You said, like, you felt, I feel like you're going to say something, Brian.
21.
21. You look at it and you do recognize a seal in your travels that this, in fact, is straight from the top of the human kingdom. That King Servictus, he known for being good to his people, but cruel to anybody that would turn him down. You notice that the letter is definitely written by one of his assistants, not his own personal handwriting. Obviously, it was dictated to someone to send to him. In the manner it is written, it seems like, I would say with your check, it's high enough. It seems as if the person may have been speedily writing it, even though it was dictated, as if they were making possibly multiple copies. From your, I would say, high enough, and from you scribblings, your own scribblings and writings and everything, and in your mind, someone that would be professional with the then 21 check, I would say you would assume that there must be other places people are looking for things and stuff.
And it was to the leader. What was the name of the leader there?
The leader there was General Hudson X. Braille. So Hudson, it gets spelled Sudson. X Braille is Exbrail.
You can see visibly, it's a little annoying to Van that everybody's passing around a letter. Let me see that.
Fine, I'm done with it anyway.
He looks at it. This is very important information for sure.
It's a brilliant deduction.
What does it say?
It says that he was sent here to look through the ruins by the king. Actually, that's his sigil right there.
Okay. Don't let the other ones know I can't read yet, especially not the sneaky one.
You know we can hear you, right?
You too. All right.
I would like to ritual cast detect magic.
Yes, you certainly can.
So, just to clarify, rituals take about 10 minutes.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we got...
With that being said, since he's gonna be doing that, I think Van's gonna... Can I do a history check to see if I know anything about it, having served in a war of a sort?
About the king and... Yeah, sure. Yeah, the general and...
generals.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Not a problem. Go ahead and do that. As he's sitting there casting the ritual, you're sitting there thinking through your mind, searching your memories or anything like that.
I'm going to resurrect another one of the corpses.
Okay, yeah. No problem.
And then...
they are about, I believe, you resurrected one already, which... so there's 5 others. I don't know. Did that thing? The general's still good, right? He's not destroyed.
He wasn't killed.
Yeah, he's still 24 hours. Yeah,
24 hours.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you have the general who actually, after you saying hearing his name, you all notice goes, and then kind of just goes back to sitting, like just kind of lurches over for a moment when his name is said, and then goes back. What was your roll on your history check?
13.
13. You do know that this king. You remember back when some wars were going on, and the humans had first started to settle, and that from what you knew, his actual father had been one settled and tried to make even peace with your people, with their army and everything, to aid him in maintaining his territory. Though you guys never came to an agreement, you never came to an exact fight directly either.
Right.
As far as you know of this newer king and his son is only what you have basically heard through your wanderings, which is, them encroaching in, him seemingly vying for power or something to that effect.
So in my eyes, it's tyranny.
Yeah, in your eyes it would be tyranny.
Okay.
And then the general, from what you experienced, you never had fought in combat with this particular general. You had heard of one of your other tribesmen from the few times you had gotten word from one of them that they had stopped a group with him in it that were actually doing some rather nasty things to a few tribes over off on the East Mountains towards the East Coast,
Okay.
trying to sack them and get information, materials, what they needed. So what you have heard of the general and also the king, at least the newer king, not so great. Yeah.
Okay.
Disgusting sweatskins.
Yeah. Or is it at least as it seems as time went on? Who knows?
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna have these two, and Moss pointing to the stumbly zombies. You there, General, you watch the entrance to the ruins, and then you, I don't know what to call you, we'll call you Meat Sack. You go to the north side of the camp, and you stay watch there.
Yeah, as the general and just kind of lets around, starts lurching his way back over there, and the other one and starts kind of dragging a foot, shuffling over to the other side where you direct them. All right, and then that's right about this time that your ritual to cast detect magic, and in fact, where are you? You're still standing over by the tent, or are you casting it and making your way around? How are you doing this exactly?
I'm just gonna walk around the perimeter of the camp.
Okay.
See if I can detect anything.
All right. As you walk around the perimeter of the camp, you don't seem to initially grab anything. You make your way around the complete perimeter. From the top all the way around, and then you go to the southern part of the camp, and you begin to walk back around the edge of the ruin, up through the center of the camp again. And as you walk past the ruin's entrance, you actually, you detect the magic of the necromancy that is being cast next to you with the zombie. But then, inside, you detect something, but it doesn't seem to be necromancy, and it seems to be coming from the inside of the ruin. It seems to be some sort of, I'm trying to think, seems to be, I guess, because he would not recognize what type of magic it is, but it seems to be some sort of either healing or life-giving kind of magic that seems to be coming, and it's just a small spurt of it for a second, and then it fades as you begin to walk up.
Interesting.
Okay. This feller's gonna be waking up any minute now. Van tosses off his pack and grabs his rope and starts tying the captive, and then he drags him up. We're gonna go up to the.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. You can just tell me.
Yeah, I mean,
or you can move it however you feel. You want to move
visuals.
it? Cool.
We'll go ahead and move it. It's not a big deal. If I can do this. Seems like it's sticking a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, it's old.
Bring him up to this. Yeah, bring him up to this. This camp or this tent here.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of rip open the side of it, and then I'm gonna take the pittons that would keep the tent down. I'm gonna take the pittons and stick them right behind him into the rope that's holding his arm behind his back.
Gotcha.
Just kind of
so you're piking him into the ground.
Yeah.
So he can't get up and everything.
Exactly.
You know what? Go ahead and give me a strength check just to see how firmly it's going to be stuck.
Alrighty.
And so just in case he decides to break out or something, we know what he's got.
It's kind of tilted there. Let's try again. There we go. That's a 12. That's gonna be 16.
16? Okay, I'll just make a note of that just in case.
Sorry.
Alrighty, yeah, you do that with no issues whatsoever. Him still being unconscious and everything, and put him right into the ground there. He's sitting there, just snoring away.
All right.
Did we strip him of anything?
Nope. What'd you say, Shy? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said in the meantime, Mila's going to be walking around the rooms, seeing if she can detect any traps or anything at the entrance.
When she walks by the entrance and everything, you actually don't detect any traps. There doesn't seem to be, the initial entrance doesn't seem to have anything barring it other than, kind of shifting the stone door a little bit out of ajar. It's already ajar as it is, but yeah, doesn't seem to be anything trapped or nothing like that right around there.
Okay. Well, she's just gonna walk towards the fence.
Yeah. Go right ahead. Is there anything anybody else is doing at the moment, or
Kind of to speed things along.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you don't mind, the plan is Van's gonna go up into the where Grennan is, or where Grennan's character currently is, that tent there. And he's just going to kind of ransack it. That formal armor, he's going to drag it out.
Yeah, it's gold and silver. It's very nice. It's, you can see that even from being experienced, it's probably not very useful in combat, but it's very nice.
Right. Yeah, anything that looks like it could be sold for any value, gonna grab that. And then he's probably gonna break down the rest of it so that it can't be reused. So the desk, he's just gonna take his flail and smash it to the desk. The cot, he's gonna smash the cot. Because he just wants to make sure that nobody else can reuse it.
Yeah.
And then
you do come across actually going through and ransacking it. Give me one investigation check, just to see what you find in there before you start smashing.
Yeah, so can I attempt to persuade him not to smash the
if you want to walk up to the
not smashing the cot. On second thought, we're not gonna smash the cot yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna use it. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, my investigation doesn't get me very far. That's a 2.
The 2? You go through and everything, you don't seem to find anything, so you just begin to break the things that you think aren't essential or you might be able to use immediately, and just, snapping, like, you got a couple spears in the corner, you just break them in half, and you're just breaking stuff, you gotta push a dresser over.
The wood parts that I'm breaking apart, I am kind of gathering to one corner, because as soon as I'm done ransacking on the inside, I'm gonna bring them out for firewood.
Alright, yeah, so you begin to stack them over there. You actually do, you go to flip the cotton, and you stop yourself, and you go, oh, well, maybe I'll wait. And then as you put it back down, you look down, you do find 1 health potion, just a basic health potion, 1d4 plus 4, just sitting under there. I guess apparently he had it there, who knows for what reason the general had it there. But other than that, you don't really seem to find anything else of significance as you're ransacking through and flipping through. I think you probably find a little pouch, about 10 gold pieces, sitting next to the bed as well. That's it. Seems to be pretty much, he just had his armor and just basic supplies as if like they hadn't been settled there too awful long.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah.
So are you walking up as he begins to ransack and push things over and stuff?
So you're gonna smash all that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We don't want people to come back here. What
I want the fluffy thing over there. The what do humans call it? Bed? Nest thing?
That's where I'll be sleeping tonight.
Fine.
I'm sure there's other little ones in
I really just want a chair. But I see that you've already gotten to those.
Yeah, that's gonna be used to keep us warm.
Okay. Does anybody else want to doing anything, or are we coming to a point where we're thinking long rest and then get into things, or what's everybody thinking here?
Are we gonna be able to let's just wake this fucker
This
up?
guy, yeah. I was thinking maybe going into the supply tent and getting like some of their water rations, like a water can.
Yeah, they're
and grabbing it and just splashing it on the guard's face.
Yeah, certainly can.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
So get us all gathered around to make sure he's good and well intimidated.
Wherever you guys want to go, it's up to you. However you want to handle it.
We're gonna go question this guy before we do any long rest.
Everybody's gonna gather around.
Gather around. This mouse isn't great.
Yeah, so you're all gathered in a small tent where he's posted up and everything. All of you begin to walk
we'll be
over.
making one.
Grennan and Mila, you notice as you're doing your patrols and walk around, everybody begins to walk over to the tent where Van had secured your captive and everything, and you see him coming out with a small leather of water. Do you guys walk up too as well as everybody gathers up there?
Yes.
Okay. So then now you have everybody as you're coming out of the tent, sort of now gathered there. You have the water in your hand.
Yeah, this will not be 100% accurate on the screen here because Van will definitely make sure to put himself between the guard and Caress.
Alright. No, it's good, dude. Like I said, if you want to move on the map, that's fine.
No,
I usually
fine.
do theater of the mind until it's actual combat, or if it's something like, okay, you gotta see where you are. You know?
Yeah, you'll see he's not entirely trusting that she'll keep him alive. So he's gonna be standing right in front
He's
of
kind of like...
pop the cork on the water skin. Alright,
It's good assumptions.
let's see. And splash him in the face.
He's like... He's splashing... What the...
Oh yeah, that hurt there, didn't it? Oh.
He's just like quietly looking around. You see a grand panic in his eyes as he's looking around. He's not saying anything, just sitting there.
Oh yeah, if you're looking for any help, they're all dead. You're the last one.
Quite dead, actually.
Quite undead for being.
And you hear the groan off in the distance.
He kind of looks like, what the gods? What the fuck is that?
Oh, that would be your
He's
leader.
got the abominations. What's he done to the general?
Well,
Yeah.
he serves me now, so that's that.
Right. And I suggest you start talking because that's exactly what got him killed.
Talk about what? What do you mean? I don't know nothing. I'm a soldier. Just let me go home.
Well, you've had orders, I'm sure.
God things, yeah. I'll always have orders. Okay. How do you all understand me now?
Moss, you take this one.
Well, you see, we have some...
Who is speaking common and who is speaking their native language right now? That's what I want to know.
I'll speak common.
Who at this whole time has there ever been speaking common?
I would have been speaking common, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, you see...
I'm totally speaking my own language. You guys just understand
Okay.
me.
Alright. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can not completely perverse your native tongue. We have some innate abilities to which allow us complete understanding.
Well, we fucking certainly think so. You goddamn talking turtle.
Well,
Listen, I'd like to remind you what situation, and you're the one that's tied up, so I'd be...
Yeah, and the prefer... It's not a turtle. I'm a tortle. It's completely different.
He just kind of sits there quietly, just
Anyway, all this aside, we need to know what your orders at this ruin were.
Protect the general. They're digging for things in there. I don't know. We've been throwing kobolds down there. They had a few. We try to get down there and to search around, then come back. The other ones didn't want to go, so, down the hole they went.
You've been using kobolds?
Well, yeah. We're not going to go down there ourselves. The general certainly ain't getting his hands dirty.
Why wouldn't he go down? What's so scary?
Well, I don't know. Whatever they're looking for is not probably very good, so... I don't know. They're trying to hurt people. I mean, they're trying to... they're making all of us do these things, and it's not our fault that they make us do... I mean, I gotta eat.
They're making you, so you...
I
turn and I start talking.
I'm going to be speaking Sylvan.
Yeah, he can understand you
native
as a
tongue of
necklace,
Vanara. He doesn't really seem to know anything, and I kind of understand where he's coming from. When I was a soldier, we didn't know a lot of information, but maybe if we show him the orders, he might have an idea.
Maybe.
We're probably going to kill him anyway.
Yeah, it's true. I could always use another zombie.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, you have the orders, don't you?
No, I handed them back to you so you can tell me what they said.
Okay. So, what about these orders here?
He kind of, looks up at you and, looks at both of you guys real quick before he looks at the orders, leans in and reads them. Well, I guess the king, wanted whatever's down there. Why you couldn't certainly expect the general was going to go down there. I wasn't going to go down there.
In common, so you read this, and you're saying that the king wants what's down there. No word of any kind of weapon or something.
Well, they've been looking all over ruins for this thing. They said the elves left a long time ago, but but they don't tell us that they think it might be here. They don't know. We don't know. They just said don't let anybody in there, and if the kobolds don't want to go, and they won't take the turn to go in there and try to figure it out and bring back out what we need, that you just throw them back down the next one. I don't know how many of them are even still in there.
Okay, all right. That's enough. I understand your plight, and I'll get a little close to him. I'll show him that there's a little insignia on my breastplate here, and it will kind of give him the idea that I'm a soldier too. And I'll lean in real close to him and go, listen, I understand where you're coming from. So I'm gonna need you to, and he kind of sneaks his hand behind. I make sure everybody can see, and I'll say, kind of look over at Grennan and go, Grennan, why don't you give this man a pat on the back as he leaves, and I'll pull the pikes out and say, run.
He kind of gets up and immediately just starts booking it. He kind of pushes right past it. He goes past you, being the one letting him go, and pushes past and kind of ducks down and runs straight north up in the tent.
Just to clarify the intent, I'm hoping Grennan will hit some poison on him as he's trying to leave. So he'll just kind of
he's pretty hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna hit him in the back of the head with a dart.
Alright. Well, as he's sitting there, he's running up. Go ahead and give me a roll to hit, just cause he's definitely a soldier. He knows what's up. He's gonna
moving kind of frantic.
Yeah, so
21.
Yeah, that certainly is. As he gets about 5 feet out of the edge of the camp, and as he goes to take a step, he just flips forward and rolls, and then falls dead on the ground.
It's always fun to give them a chance.
Yeah. I mean,
He's just like I was once upon a time. He's just a grunt. He doesn't know anything. And
I just imagine that, like, soldiers do talk. There are rumors.
yeah, well, that's what I mean. We asked him, and there is some kind of elvish device, and that means something to me. Like I said, the elves created my entire woodland.
Well, I say, given that knowledge, we take a rest here and we hit the ruins in the morning.
Everybody okay with that?
You might as well.
Now,
Okay.
I, for one, am not going to sleep in one of these tents. I have a little trick up my sleeve that is a lot more safe. And Moss walks out of the tent, pulling rope from his pack and everything, and he starts taking the rope in his hands, coiled on the ground, and he just, like, whispers into the rope, and then just starts shoveling it hand over hand, and it goes straight upwards for about, like, 15
Are
feet.
you using a rope trick?
Yeah. And then once it gets up there, he gives it a good tug. Oh, there we go. You're more than welcome to join me. There's plenty of room for anyone, and it's completely hidden, as it is an invisible room at the end of this rope. And he has his zombies set out, and he just looks back to Fidget, patrol the area during the night.
Flies down his shoulder. Like, I can't make bird noise.
Give a good patrol between the two zombies in the perimeter.
Yeah.
And call if you see anything. And then
Like
Moss
flies off.
climbs up the rope into the invisible hatch and disappears.
Old turtle just...
Yeah, as all you look up, it's old turtle climbing up. You look up and you see there's nothing up there, but then slight little shimmer in the moonlight. You see it just for a brief moment, the glimpse of the outside of the room, and as it disappears again.
Is that what you mean?
How long does rope trick last for?
It is
1 hour.
Is it only 1 hour?
Yeah, I don't know how long you're gonna sleep then.
I'm at least gonna sleep for an hour. I just wanted to fucking use it. Yeah, it's 3x5 foot.
It's fun, yeah.
He is modeled after a wanderer. He just has these little tricks. So,
I would say, for the sake of flair and flavor, that in this instance, I'll let you just maintain a concentration as you're sleeping to just keep it up, so that way you can do it. Just because it's
unconscious for you.
Yeah, just because it's cool, and and we'll give that the rule cool there and let that fly, for this, just for sleeping,
I got a real cool. What'd you say?
Because I've never seen a turtle climb before.
It does take lots of practice.
Van will go into the captain's tent, brushing past everybody. Well, I guess we don't need no fire anymore. And he goes into the tent, grabs the cot, brings it out. And he slings it over his back and just kind of one-arms it like a monkey,
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you easily get up there. You're pulling yourself up with
So
your cot.
you went up a tree?
No, it's a rope.
It's a rope.
Okay,
Rope
it's the
trick,
middle
yeah.
of the...
Yeah,
It's just a rope hanging in
It's
the
just
middle
a
of
rope
the
that hangs straight up.
Okay, I was just like, at first I was like, wait, did you do this and it's up in the branches of the tree?
No, it just goes up into an invisible room.
That's cool. I know a trick like
I
that.
believe rope trick says it's like it's a plane of its own.
Yeah, it's own
it's just like a
dimensional,
small,
like pocket dimension.
I always kind of imagine that it's just like a little
It's
paradise
a
island.
extra,
Yes,
just like
little
that
tiny.
extra dimensional space that lasts until the spell ends. Can be reached by climbing to the top of the rope. The space can hold as many as 8 medium or small creatures. It can be pulled up into the space, making the rope disappear from view. Attacks and spells can't cross through the because it's an extra dimensional plane.
Yeah.
And you can see out of it as if a 3x5 foot window was centered on the rope.
Yeah. So you can kind of look down and peer through and stuff.
Anything inside drops out when the spell ends.
Yeah, so what like we said for this instance, we'll just say that you unconsciously, as you sleep, for now, you can maintain.
So what was once an empty space now has a cot. All right.
Alright. I guess it's all up to all of you. If you follow suit and go up there, or you find your own place, you're gonna crash for the night.
I'm gonna find the darkest tree,
I was gonna do this.
like right around the base of it, and dig myself a hole.
Yeah, actually, I believe even on the map, there is a tree just to the west, or would be the left of the map, that there is, and it seems like it even has a slight part at the bottom where you could see it's separated, And actually, there like other animals at one time, something must have burrowed there in that little notch right in it as it folds out. So that tree is actually like that there.
Yeah. I'm going to climb that tree.
Okay, yeah, you do that easily with your Tabaxi. As you see him kind of burrowing down, you kind of crawl past him, walk up, find a nice comfy branch, and get yourself settled.
So I want to look at any of these smaller tents for another cot, and I'm just gonna drag it like right out in the middle between where the tents and the ruin are, and just in the...
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could easily enough do that. You find a small cot in there, a little smaller than the one he got from the general. It's just a single person cot, and bring it out and put it there and post up for the night.
You want to move me? Like,
you want to go down?
Smack in the middle of everything, like out in the open, straight up. So I'm gonna kick back on this thing and give these guys a little inspiration.
Oh, the zombies or something?
Sure, the zombies can hear me.
If they're keeping watch, they are going to be making checks.
Yeah, so
I gotta go pee real quick.
Then anyone that can hear me can be inspired.
Yeah, we got one
yeah,
on the north side, one down by the ruins entrance, just in case anything comes out, and then Fidget is running 360 between the two, just swirling around.
I'm gonna take this time to pluck away at my wonderful and radiant Clylear.
Ooh, yeah, the Lear.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick at my Lear. Nice, creepy, strange, snaky lullaby. If you've ever watched Hocus Pocus, then that you'll understand this song. You know, out of the quiet night, nothing but the sounds of crickets.
I'm just gonna yell, that sounds beautiful, snake lady.
Thank you, darling.
I'm using my reed whistle.
I'm just gonna plug. I guess I could make like Lear music real quick on my phone, but I think I'll just, I'm only gonna sing you one line because that's all I got in me.
Okay.
So as I pluck away at my wonderful Lear, it's creepy lullaby. Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment.
She's not gonna take you, darling.
That was perfect. That was wonderful. It worked. I'm really a bard. Who knew? So yeah, that's some bardic inspiration for you guys. Plus 1d8.
Whoa, use it to sleep harder.
I'm the most asleep I've ever been.
Hey, you never know. This would be nice.
All right, so everybody is laying down in their respective areas to go to sleep then for a long rest.
All right.
As it goes with heavy armor, I'm going to doff it before laying down so I can actually rest restfully.
Okay, yeah. I usually not too much of a stickler about that, really. I keep things pretty loose, but that's always I always encourage everybody. If you want to keep track of this,
just in case.
man.
Yeah, well,
a presumed.
if there's something that happens in the night, I want it to be more fun for me to play a tank without armor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, so we're hitting about midnight now. Everybody's looked around the camp. You asked your questions and everything. The whole party finds their respective areas to lay down for the night. The moon is bright and out. The skies are clear. You hear the sounds of this nature and the woods out through the night, calming you all into a sweet, nice, restful sleep.
Yeah, you missed it. I played a song.
And seldomly.
Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and. Give me a perception check for not only Fidget, but as well your two zombies. You can do either do one for each zombie, or you could do one for both. It's up to you.
So let me pull it.
If they can hear, can the zombies understand?
Yeah, they understand his commands at least.
Yeah, they understand.
They may not give any kind of detailed reaction or response, but
I'm gonna go ahead and use some hit dice.
Yeah, go. Yeah. Well, you're taking a long rest. Oh yeah, until the end of the long rest.
Oh, well, yeah, no, that actually will put me at full.
Yeah, you should be good after long rest. So.
Fidget is 16. The first zombies.
I'm not using that dex. First roll, it was horrible.
As I'm laying there on this cot in the middle of the thing, just plucking away at my my leer until I fall asleep. I would like to. I'm gonna do something. You have a nice, lovely rope trick. I've got a little trick too. Leomund's tiny hut.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a 10-foot dome centered over myself, and it lasts for 8 hours. So nothing, you can't see through it. It's opaque of any color. I'm just gonna have it be a boulder, straight up. Camouflage it like a boulder, so that from the outside it looks like just a rock. But it's see-through for me. So
yeah, you do so, and then suddenly, when anybody that was awake, that pays attention, looks over and sees all of a sudden a rock where you once were.
Patrick Starless here.
All right. What are your perceptions for our zombies and bird on watch?
So Fidget gets a 16. The zombies, in true fashion, are handicapped, and they both got a 5.
Well, it's better than the natural 1 I just rolled.
Awesome sauce.
As the zombies are thinking out, Fidget running around, Fidget catches eye of something coming out of the entrance of the ruin, begins to swiftly come towards you. The zombies look over. They see a small creature coming out. Both of them coming to your. You all of a sudden in the night, all of you begin to hear like the zombies come up, and then Fidget, like pecking at you, wakes you up immediately.
Oh, who's here, Fidget?
And as you all get up and you look out to where Fidget begins to
peek my head out.
point you over there, you peek out, you look, and you see a small creature with a cloth over its head and his staff that looks up and then sees you go up and then runs right back into the entrance of the ruin. And begins to push the door that slab stone, and you see it slowly start to close more and more, just like it can barely move this stone slab that it was once.
I'm gonna jump down from the rope.
Right.
I would have left all of my gear though. That's fine. I'll just jump down, run over, and as I'm running to the slab door, I'm gonna grab from the rubble that's around.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab a nice sized rock, and I'm gonna run toward the door, shoulder charge it, and then wedge a rock.
The general is right there.
As he's dropping down and everything, are you commanding?
I'm gonna command the general to hold the door open.
Okay, so as you drop down, as you hold as you drop down and scream Hordor, you drop down and you begin to run up, and as you're grabbing the rock, you see the general himself begin to try to wedge himself in the door. You run up just behind the door, slows quite significantly, but is still slightly slowing as you come with the rock and jam it in there. All you hear is get out of here! Leave us be!
Oh, what language?
Yeah, you would understand which language it is. You have the comprehend languages. It is actually, what do kobolds speak?
I think Draconic?
I think Draconic, yeah, I think you're right, Draconic.
Yeah.
It is Draconic, though. And you do, out of the edge, you look to see, you can see, what you can definitely tell are kobold little claws and everything.
Yeah, if I recall.
Huh?
Would I have awakened by now?
Oh yeah, you awakened. You could have been doing something when he was jumping out and everything. Everybody, the alarm basically went off for the camp, so everybody did get awoken.
Okay, I'm gonna dash and help him with the door.
Yeah, you come up right as you wedge the rock in and go to keep pushing. He comes up behind the door. Both of you seeing these little claws of a kobold out there trying to hold the door.
As Brennan comes and starts pushing with the general being wedged there as well, along with a rock now. Van's gonna feel confident enough to kind of squeeze his upper body.
Yeah,
through.
it is already moving past then. Yeah.
Right, and if I do recall, kobolds are yay big.
Yeah, they're short little.
Right.
He's a little guy.
I'm literally just gonna grab him.
Yeah,
just full fist monkey grip on him
right around there.
Lift him up.
I would say, without even a roll, you easily enough. Just like he goes, you pick him up and you're holding him by a cloth. You hear bum 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 of a staff fall on the ground. Let me go. Already too many have died. Already too many of my kin.
Calm. Hi. Oh, I was trying to sleep, and you bothered that. There's a problem here. Now, no panicking. All right, and I'm gonna kind of Now I'm gonna kind of cradle him like a child.
He kind of sits there, and as you look and cradle a child, you notice that this is not a young kobold. This kobold looks like a much older kobold, it's just even more ridiculous.
No.
He sits there, he's like,
Hey, I'm gonna put a finger over his little snout. All right, hey, just listen. Now I was trying to sleep. I don't care what you do. Apparently the humans sent you down here, yeah?
yes.
And are there your kin down here?
I don't know anymore. They went down, they haven't come back. The others were
Wait, no,
killed.
you're very flustered. I understand. Why are you so scared?
Well, I don't want to die.
Okay, but why would you die?
Well, you killed the humans, and you probably want whatever they wanted.
Shh, again, no panic. Was there something down here that you're scared of killing you?
Whatever's down there, then no one's come back. I don't know what's down there.
You didn't go much further than, let's say, the entrance.
I don't think so. I didn't. I am the wise man and healer for my people.
Healer. That's an important thing. You told me just now, okay? Because I see you have a little staff down there, and that's why you're gonna come with us down to these rooms.
Well,
I lift him back up out like this way. Just listen. You'll be well compensated, and I can assure you, I will be the one taking the hits, not you. Okay? And you just heal me. Me and you.
Moss moseying up by this time. Think of it this way, as well. If you come with us, being a healer, you might be able to save some of your kinfolk.
He looks at you. He sits there, kind of. You see him be able to calm down. Look, I did not mean to react like that to you. You are all tribes too. I understand you're not the humans. You probably but they forcing like people down there, and they did not come back. The others that would not go, they died. I must find the others.
That's why
when I can and do their death rites.
Yes, of course. And see, here's the thing. That's why I'm telling you, through mutual agreement. I'm not forcing you. You don't have to come with. But if you do, me and you, buddy. Me and you.
He kind of. Let me just you know, give me just a straight charisma check with disadvantage, just for a general. We'll say that for the general first impression, everything he's gonna have with what's going on with you guys.
With
advantage, yeah, because he's helping you right there.
I would like to, shout if he doesn't agree. I can eat him. Can I eat him?
That's the opposite of what we're trying to do.
I'm just saying, if he doesn't want to go, then he can get eaten.
No. We're trying to persuade him with kindness.
Don't
A 14.
A 14. Yeah, easily enough. That would be certainly agreeable. As I said, I have death rites to perform. I just did not know. I was panicked. I thought maybe you would come to kill me, and and then I would never be able to come back and perform death rites for where they must be done, where they perished, where they died.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm going to pretend to understand how your death rites work. But since I don't, I'll just let you do what you do. Alright?
That is acceptable.
Okay. Now you're flustered, I can tell.
Hey, I'm a little better, I think now.
Have you eaten?
No,
there's plenty of human rations up there.
Oh.
You can eat as many as you want.
Oh, man.
And the rope that you saw us come down from, I'm sure my friend here wouldn't mind you come and sleep. Safely.
It would be good. I have not slept in days.
Yes.
So as long as you be hospitable.
Well, yes, I'd be hospitable. You'll be hospitable to me. I'd be hospitable to you.
Okay, yes, alright. Last thing though, and I'm gonna pick up his little staff. I'm gonna say, this you don't get back until morning.
It's my walking stick. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. How do you focus your magic?
He looks around. He pulls out some little tiny marble
and snatch.
No,
not until morning. Not until morning. We have to be safe ourselves. Do you understand?
He goes very well. Put me down. I need food.
Okay. So he lets him down.
He kind of just
everyone, stay safe. He's gonna help us. I've got his magical little thing here, so should be okay.
Talking Rock does not care.
Talking Rock.
Well, technically, yeah.
I'm gonna just hand a little twig over to Grennan. Here. Give it to him in the morning.
I'm going to walk back to my watering hole and go back to sleep.
As he sits down, he looks around, everybody walking around, he's like, I am Lyris, the healer, and the wise men of my people. Lyris is Learus, I believe. Yeah, Lyris.
Alright, and with that, we're gonna go back to sleep.
Yeah. Lyris kind of goes and gets food. You guys make your way up the rope. I imagine you wait till he goes up the rope, then follow him up the rope and go up the rope, and then you guys get to your long rest. And after an interesting interaction, all of you can continue through the night to sleep and gain back all of your abilities, HP, and everything else.
At this, just
I'm gonna roll
And the
for
guard
my...
continues.
at this point, I would have had just the zombies guard, and then Fidget I would have stay with me.
Yeah, and the zombies. I wouldn't make you. That's probably the only perception check you're gonna make. For
Yeah,
me,
he would
so.
just keep an eye on that.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll for my Gem of Seeing, so regain charges.
Yeah.
So it would regain 2 charges. It started with 3.
Yeah,
used
3.
one, so we're at 4.
Yep. Cool.
And Moss still has that.
Yep. No, and until you officially, hey, this is completely yours, you're gonna always roll for that. That's how I usually do that with things like that because it's still your item. Yeah. So.
Right.
But then, so that way when you get it back, it's not like he rolled for it and you took it back and you rolled bad on my chart. You know what I mean? Yeah. So as long as whoever's borrowing it doesn't roll for it, you know.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. Let's let me go ahead and get some a little bit different music on here because this track's kind of we found something a little more.
Sleeping outside-y?
Well, no, it's not sleeping outside. It's
morning-y.
More morning-y. Yeah, it is. I don't know. Let's see what. That's kind of more. It's not really that either. Oh well, I'm just gonna go back to the list.
That's not bad.
I think it's because I can't hear it.
That way I can
Feels doable.
I can get the chat too if you need it.
No, I don't want any of that. What's he doing to me?
It's kind of squished, but it's alright.
It
still works.
As long as you can
Mom's
see the
kind of
things you need.
squished, but it works.
Alright.
Okay, so all of you arise in the morning. The sun has been up for a short amount of time. The kobold's still asleep up there with you on the top, but all of you generally wake up right around the same time. You're hearing, some of the morning birds starting to fly around and everything. The smell of blood and decay seems to have gotten a little worse as there's bodies still all around the camp laying around.
Yep.
I love the smell of death in the morning.
But all of you awaken now in front of the ruin along with your kobold friend.
Alright, Van's gonna come down from the rope trick.
I could call it Lyris immediately follows you, like following you down. Where's breakfast?
Like I said, the human rations, there's plenty.
As soon as you're halfway through that, he goes over, grabs it, and starts eating. Yeah.
Okay, yep, that was eventful. Alright,
Ross just tugs the rope down and gathers it up, puts it back in his pack.
yeah, as I hit the ground, that's when I'm gonna start, putting my gear back on and, stuff like that.
The cot falling out of thin air.
Just falls to the ground, breaks.
Shit, I forgot that doesn't stay up there.
Yeah, I forgot that thing too.
Well, that's not gonna be reusable. Oh, well.
Is anybody else doing anything particular in the morning here?
I go shuffling.
I mean, my
Yeah, be doing baby stuff.
my little hut disappears. After 8 hours, it just disappears. Or if I walk away from where it's cast, it disappears. I'm just gonna get up and start moseying and stretching my snacky self.
So as the night passed and we're regrouping and we're probably gonna go straight to the door of this ruin. When we do, has the door changed overnight, or is it still ajar? And
Yeah, it is still ajar from where you guys had left it after interacting with Lyris.
cool. All right. So hey, little buddy, it looks like nobody else touched the door.
But no one else wants to go in there.
I'm
Only reason I'm going in there is because I have to. I'm the
apparently
healer.
nobody wants to keep us out either, though. That's the important thing that we just learned here.
I suppose that is true.
Yes. All right. Everybody okay to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Born ready.
No, she's a funny one.
I can't.
Cat woman.
I can't myself discern traps and sorts. So, anybody got that settled?
Not much for traps, but I can look out for magical things.
Okay. So magic radar.
Magic radar. What is a radar?
No, good point.
Named after the great explorer Radarius. He uses alchemy and sorcery to travel the lands.
How many times can you use bardic inspiration?
Well, you rested, so as many as you have it full for your level. I think you have what 5? Was it 3 or 4?
It doesn't. I just don't have it written down.
It should be inspiration.
I want to say it's like something equal to like your charisma plus half your bard level or something like that.
Moss is going to make his way over to the entrance, and then on his way over, he's all right. A few minutes, and I'll see what magical things lay about.
All right.
And I'll just ritual cast detect.
Okay, you do so. As he's sitting there, you see him murmuring some words together and using his focus and everything to just begin to detect magic. Is there anything else? Do you all walking into the entrance right now as he's doing this?
Yeah, we're just kind of like gonna work our way in little by little.
All right.
Oh, also call for my zombies so I'll have them go in first.
It's a great idea.
Just fucking cannon fodder.
Okay.
Shrink this up a little bit. Oh.
Wait, what did I miss? I'm sorry, I was
Just changing that.
Changing.
Yeah, we're just kind of heading.
We haven't got in.
They're going.
Yeah,
He's doing some murmur outside.
We haven't gone in yet.
No,
Not quite.
Some murmur magic.
Yeah, you guys are standing outside the entrance. So for right now, I am putting you guys on this map. Which, now thinking about how things are going, we'll see how far we can get there. Hopefully we can get at least maybe to the end of this. Okay, on objects and tokens. Boop. Oopsie boop, 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 PC. We're gonna pick you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you're all gonna go down here. Yeah, I'll separate all you guys out here.
Well, I guess I could give us some more bardic inspiration for our adventure.
Where's your little kobold friend? There you go.
Did you discern how many times?
4. 4 times, up to 4 times in between long rests.
Alright. So, yeah, as you it's up to you guys how you want to proceed then. You got the entrance right there. You're all just, I just put you there, but you'll all be just standing outside of it.
Can you change the map over? I'm not on it.
Oh yeah, that's right, I'm sorry. I gotta put players on. I always forget. I gotta shift you over.
Shakaka. Alright.
There you go. That's exactly what the bardic inspiration was. Just randomly, Shikaka! Feels better and more inspired to do this.
Alright.
Have a Dr. Pepper. Put a pep in your
So
step.
everybody's at the entrance now. Are you all just gonna go ahead and?
I'm gonna send the zombies in first.
You're gonna send the zombies in first. You detect magic. You don't detect any magic right within 30 feet of you right now. The zombies begin to walk their way in.
Wait. Moss. Slow him down.
Alright.
Yeah, they kind of just stop. They're like halfway in the entrance.
If I recall, I had the dude slice the captain, the general.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So he's probably not quite as constitute as the other currently.
Yes.
Alright. Just trust me on this one. And Van's gonna kind of walk forward and grab the general, like...
As you're going and doing all this, the kobold's like, you know there's nothing in this first room, right? I was staying in here before I came out.
We're gonna be extra careful.
And he kind of like...
Oh my goodness. There's something going on.
Things are happening.
Did he fall?
Grennan fell down a hole.
Did Granny fall down a hole? Everything okay there, guys? Yeah?
I was letting the raw back inside.
I see. I was like, hearing all this clamoring with Jesus, what's happening?
So yeah, Van's gonna kind of take the general by the shoulders and just kind of slowly push him forward.
Yeah.
As to guide him. That way, when we get closer to this room, I assume I'm gonna be able to see within 20 feet that there's a big hole in the center of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk up. It's not very far before you see there is some makeshift rope ladders hanging over the edge. You look around the edge, and there is a few kobold corpses sitting over there, but all of them have their arms folded. They're all sat very nicely. They actually have some, like, you see a small pile of herbs and everything on their chests and it's so they seem to have already been tended to in some kind of way or another. And the Lyris himself goes,
Those are the ones I could do my rights for. I told you, there's nothing here. There's a hole that is where the others went. Some were thrown down there, unfortunately, which I did what I could and dropped down in the hole what I could.
Maybe
Okay.
we'll walk towards the hole.
yeah.
And you want, like, there's plants near it, right?
There's what? Yeah, you got little bits of grass and moss and like things that over time have kind of crept their way into here. Yeah.
Are there any vines?
Yeah, there actually is a rope ladder hanging down there too as well. And there's a table you see over there with ropes and different little harnesses and stuff, which I guess they parent. It looks like you see some of the kobold corpses too have some little like rope harnesses that are makeshift, like that were tied to them, I guess, before they refused to go
Is
down.
there any harnesses, like, or any ropes besides the rope ladder?
Yeah, they're on a table right on the top.
No, I mean,
You
is
see-
there, like, in the hole?
In the hole.
No.
Strung down into it? No, I was just wondering.
Just one rope ladder.
If I could pull up a corpse or something.
Yeah. No, anything. There's some cut bits of rope here and there, so you don't know what could have.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Are there any vines leading down to the next row? Like,
There's some little bits of vines and branches and stuff, but there's not like heavy vines going down this hole that you could just climb down.
well, I'd like to walk up to a vine and you speak with plants.
Okay, yeah. You do this. You walk up and use a spell slot for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd like to ask the plant, is there anything that I should know that's sounding?
Hey, all you hear from the vine. There's sharp spikes.
Sharp spikes.
But there's a hallway too. You could stand on that. I don't know any farther. I only go to the bottom of this. But I wouldn't jump down here. It's just very melancholy. Just
It's a plant.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, there's spikes, so everyone be careful when you climb down.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I'm the best climber here. I assume. I don't know.
I would say that I'm probably not very good.
we can test that out another time, Frog Guy.
I mean, we
But,
could how large your shell is.
Until then,
So the turtle in the hole.
Moss, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take the captain and literally take the captain and sling him over my back.
Yes, he did. He goes,
Clasp his
"Ah!"
hands around my neck, and okay, well, I will investigate.
Then the general he leans over. He says, "I'll go with you anyway." And I'm just joking.
So
Never let me
I'm
go
gonna start making my way down the rope ladder.
Yeah, as you're climbing down, it is pitch dark, but you do see a small shimmer of light off to the bottom. You make your way down. You keep going down 20, 30, 40, 50. Ends up being around 100 feet. And where you see there is actually a ledge. There is some blood and handprints where you see maybe someone perhaps tried to jump over and couldn't quite grab the ledge and fell down. And you look down below you and you see it's hard to make out in the dark down there, but you see some shimmers of some tips of spikes and everything, and some of them looking like they perhaps in the last day had some blood on them, as well as the hand marks on the ledge that they jumped for.
So the ledge, is it like opposite of me? Or?
Yeah, basically it's opposite of you. It's not that far. It's about a 15-foot jump for someone like you. Very easily done, but for a person that perhaps isn't made to be jumping 15, 20 feet, not so easy.
Oh shit, we didn't strip this general, did we?
No, he has all
So
his
he has
stuff
his
on.
armor on him.
Yeah, he does.
Which means I'm carrying a lot of weight right now.
You are carrying a lot of weight right now, yes. you certainly are.
With the help of my scarred prehensile tail, I'm going to try to kind of like shimmy and turn on the rope ladder. I know that's not exactly easy because it moves and stuff, but I'm going to try to kind of like turn around, moving the general around the front with one hand as I'm like holding myself, right? So I'm facing the ledge with him on my front, and then I kind of take I just kind of like push my boots off and let them fall down to the spikes. And I take my hand feet, and I'm gonna like hold him by the hips with the feet, and I'm gonna try to shove him off of me onto the ledge.
Okay, just give me a strength check. Let's see how far this shove goes.
All right, Joe, go check it out. Oh, 21.
Yeah, as you do this, you go, you say this, and he goes, whoa, like falls back in half and just and flies just past the edge and everything easily, no problem. And then and tumbles and rolls, and then like starts to get itself and just like.
directly in the entrance there, as he falls and tumbles and everything, does he set anything off?
No, nothing goes off actually. Yeah, he's about 15-20 feet into the
How's it look down there?
So there's a lot of spikes down here. It's scary. I don't want to fall on it. I no longer have my boots on. We'll talk about that later. The general is on the ledge, and it doesn't appear there's any traps in the entrance of this hallway.
Alright, well, we'll go down.
So I'm gonna go ahead and try to jump over. If you hear any screams, that's me. I might still make it if I get stabbed. So just don't worry too much or be hasty. But maybe start working your way down here in a second. And with that, I'm gonna kind of monkey jump over to the side. So
yeah, you easily enough hop over right to the side. What are all of you, as you hear him calling up and you hear Moss talking down to him, what are you all doing now?
I'm gonna tie a rope to my other zombie and lower him down.
You're gonna tie a rope? Okay, then Moss, you see Moss tying off his zombie and begins to lower him down.
I suppose that would be one piece of information Van would also yell up, is that the ledge to the hallway seems to be on the opposite side of the rope ladder, so that if they want to maybe do ropes right on that side, so they're right at the ledge.
Okay. Coordinate that.
Yeah, so you do convey this information and everything. Yeah, go ahead, Mitch.
I'm ditching a ride down on that zombie.
Yeah. As you tie the zombie up and then bleach it over and begin to go ahead and give me a strength check just to see, And you begin to let it down. All of a sudden, Grennan jumps right onto it. But Grennan, as you begin to lower down, jumps onto the back of this zombie attached to the rope.
As he does that, the rope slips from my hands.
Would you roll a natural one?
Yep.
Grennan, in this moment, you all of a sudden, as soon as you jump, you think you're gonna hit on something solid and stop, but you don't stop falling. You just touch something and continue to fall down. What are you doing, Raya?
Can I reaction?
Can I use a dexterity save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Not get
shape off the wall down to the ledge?
Yeah, go ahead and just give me a dexterity save, and we'll go ahead and.
I was gonna say, can I cast as a reaction to drop in the rope, or?
I would say that,
or.
It would probably have to be a spell that is a reaction time.
You're probably gonna have at least a few seconds in between you reacting. I would say so. It's probably gonna fall at least a good 30 or 40 feet.
I could do that one, right?
Yeah, I feel like that.
Yeah, if it's as long as it can be done something within 30 or 40 feet. I'd say 40 feet because it's gonna.
As I'm like, oh shit, and I drop the rope and I see him just fall, I'm gonna lean over the edge and cast levitation on him.
Who? The zombie?
No, on
Grennan?
Fuck the zombie. On Grennan.
Grennan, so as you get...
I'm good.
You're good.
As you're looking down and getting ready to cast a spell, you see Grennan is kind of Mega Manning it.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah. So, I'm like, you go to go cast and everything, but you see him already off the zombie on the opposite side of the wall, kind of actually.
A levitating zombie could be useful.
I would say he does is hop over to the other side and grab the ladder. Once he hops a couple times, he gets a hold of you're about 30 foot down in the hole now, but you're on the rope ladder itself after hopping off the zombie and making your save. And then as you lean over, going to cast, going. And the zombie's still falling, so it's up to you what you want to do.
I don't know if I want to use a
skillable spell slot.
It's a one thing. No, it's a. Yeah, it is a 2.
Actually, all along this hole, there is little notches on the sides to where you could see people tie ropes. It looks like it was built to have ropes tied to it or a rope ladder tied to it, so.
Hey, Robin, let me know when you're done.
I'm just swinging a whistle stick once.
Alright, yeah, you do so, and everybody hears the whistle signaling.
Do you want to side that rope and just...
How much,
Yeah, you easily enough do that, and you get your rope ready and everything, and you begin. You making your way down, correct?
I'm just moving it to the other side, so the rope's on the platform.
Ah, I got you. You moved it. Yeah, you do take the rope ladder and begin to move it over, and you find a slot and a couple slots on the side that were for tying off ropes, and begin to tie the rope ladder to that side.
How much damage
All right, and you do so.
do I roll for the zombie?
How much damage does your zombie get? Let's see. It's about 100 feet down. How many?
Plus spikes.
It's
probably dead.
It's a lot. It's 100 foot plus the spike
So it's
damage.
more than 22.
It's gonna probably be more than that.
That zombie's
I mean, I could roll it and it may just barely survive, but
But it's
then
gonna be stuck on
still gonna be
spikes.
stuck on spikes.
it's
yeah.
gonna be on spikes. So I mean, it's gonna be impaled.
So Van's sitting there on the ledge. All I hear is this.
As you hop over, you move the ladder over and get down. Just as you begin to go over, you hear, Mila, you hear just a. And then Grennan, I would say by this point, you're holding onto the ladder as she's shifting it over, and you hop right into the entranceway of that, along with Van there, and Mila beginning to make her way down. Now we have only two other people at the top right now.
Lyris and Chris.
Moss and Chris? And Moss.
and Lyris.
What, Moss? Did you go down the ladder?
No,
already?
not yet.
Moss, Lyris, and
So
Chris
three.
are at the top. Yeah. I forgot about Lyris. You forgot about Moss.
So, friend, you ride.
A ride?
Why not?
You want to ride on me while I struggle down this ladder? Do you see how big I am?
I mean, you could always just chuck me down there and see what happens.
I don't chuck you down.
Just throw me in this hole.
No, snakes cannot climb. They don't have hands.
Wait, are you in like full snake? Or are you
Right,
in, like,
yeah.
arms?
But I was thinking about going down just to toss me in. Be like, someone stand there and catch me. I'm gonna turn into a little snack and just chuck me down the hole.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could do that.
Well, we now have Mila at this point is at the bottom, and you get off, and you all look, and you see. Well, I'll get a description of the room once the rest of you get down there, but you all are down on that platform in the hallway.
Yeah.
Right. So at this point, it would be right about the time that it dawns on Van that nobody else up there can really climb very well, and now the rope ladder's on the right side. I grabbed the general by his plate armor and pull him over. Looked down at the zombie, said, "This could have been you. It could have been all of us. Catch anyone who falls." I know damn well the zombie's not gonna do it, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing around and grab onto the rope ladder and climb back up, and I'm gonna go. All right, who weighs the most? Yeah,
I do.
How much do you weigh?
Well, a lot.
You haven't given any thought to it.
4 stone.
4 stone. I would say a large tortoise like that would probably be around a couple hundred pounds.
Yeah, like 200 pounds.
I can carry a little over that. So I'm gonna say, all right then. This is gonna be weird, but hold on tight.
Yeah.
And I turn and go
Okay.
in piggyback stance.
And you grab him, he gets on, and then he kind of goes, you feel his, like, little turtle, like, almost appendages trying to kind of grasp, but they don't, not quite hands, so they grab on and hard enough, and you begin to make your way down. And as you're making your way down, Caress, are you doing the
back
little
in my
snake
tree?
thing? And
Yeah, so I'm like, if I turn into a little snack, I'm like, I could, like,
You
wrap
can,
myself
you can
around
go on
a
my
little tree.
bonsai tree.
yeah, and as you're doing this, and you flip around, she kind of jumps up and
Wait,
scare.
better idea real quick. Hey, Moss, why don't you have the fuck is his stupid name? The
Fidget?
bird.
Fidget?
Yeah. Why don't you have him carry the snake down?
He's not that big.
He's a finch.
Yeah, he's
like
like
a
a finch.
tiny
He's a
little
finch.
finch.
He can't
And
carry
even
a
then,
snake.
I'd be
Yeah.
like any kind of pit viper, so I'd be like relatively 2 to 3 feet long.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
too. Yeah, too big.
Yeah.
Too big for the
Yeah.
bird.
I'm thinking like raven size.
Yeah, it's
no,
a smaller
no.
bird. Yeah, no, and so, but you do coil around, and you jump in the air and then turn into a snake, scaring them for a moment, almost thinking that she's going to jump full form, but then she turns into a snake quickly and wraps around the tree as you begin to continue your way down and get down into the hallway.
Don't be alarmed, Fidget.
I do so cautiously, mind you, because I want to make sure
Listen
not
at it.
to.
I would say that,
Legit.
give me
don't like
one
that.
strength check just for the whole endeavor,
Sure.
and we'll call it that. I would think that your character probably would be able to do it. Probably. no
That's
issue.
a 12.
Yeah, I would still even say with your character's experience and everything, it wouldn't be too difficult for you to get them down there. You just take your time. It takes a couple minutes just to be careful so you don't slip with the extra added weight, but you do manage to make your way down, and all of you make your way into this hallway. Now, let me position.
The last would be Lyris, but that would just be the same ordeal. I just climb back up, grab him.
Yeah,
climb there.
I would.
You can, but
yeah, no,
just to
you
be safe.
Yeah, I would say that you go ahead and you grab Lyris and everything too.
The kobold.
Oh.
Lyris the kobold.
Oh yeah, I totally.
Alright, I'm just going to put you guys there because really, honestly, this is just more for reference for you guys to understand the room because this is a lot more theater than mine than really anything.
Yep.
But as you all sit on this ledge, you look around in the room, the smell of death and blood begins to fade a little bit, and it smells more of must and mildew and old stone that's been sitting for quite some time. There is dim light down here that must have, the torches that are almost gone out, it must have been down there from whichever had made it there first. In front of you see a small hole that seems to be big enough for either someone that's very short or to just crawl into, and water you hear flowing in it. You look to the left and to the right, and on either side you see depictions of armies of men and other various battles going on, and in it a large elemental beast like commanding fire and waves of ocean and icing winds and other earthquakes destroying these armies across it. As you make your way, how are you guys continuing to make your way down the hallway as you look at these portraits carved into the stone along?
Can I reach in my pack and pull out another torch? Because I have an adventurer's pack.
Yeah, you certainly can. You easily enough pull out a torch, use one of the ones that are barely lit still, and
I'm
light
gonna
it.
cantrip the light spell.
I was gonna say like prestidigitation. I can start fire like.
Alright, yeah, and then you as well cantrip it, and now all of you have. I would say between the two of you, probably light within like the 30 to 60 feet. But right now, that's about all you have to look at anyway.
Yeah, I got 20 feet with the light cantrip.
Well, not all of us do. I mean, I do, I believe.
Yeah, 20 feet.
I would say with your combined light, this entire hallway is now lit up, and you can vividly see the depictions of these militaries, and then these militaries and armies fighting it engraved on the sides of the walls. And as you look, you all look. And you see that it is, in fact, you heard water, and then you look farther forward, and you continue to hear it, and you kind of take a glimpse down this hole, and as you see, it goes forward for a few feet, and then dips down into darkness,
like a slide.
And it's a flow of water just continually going down, rushing down it.
Interesting. Is that the only?
I don't know. It's up to you if you want to take a look at. How do you look around the room?
I
and
want
to go forward.
Look around for any other passage or entrance or anything.
I would say without a roll, you can look around and you see no other passageways or anything. You do see some inscriptions with some writing on them.
Is there breathing room in there, or is it just all water?
Yeah, no. It looks as if someone could either crawl through and have space for their head to be above water and their half be above water, but definitely not for someone to stand and walk through or to even sit up and go through. It's something that you would have to decide. But if you want to roll me an investigation check, just to get a general analysis of what you see around the room and everything. But one thing I will say that all of you do see, if you all walk up to it, you all see there is an inscription that is written in a language above this little entranceway with the water flowing. And with your comprehend languages, you would understand what it says. And as you read the inscription, you know it instinctively due to the magic of the amulet you're wearing it to be Elvish. And it says, "As we lie back in the waters of day's sorrow, slipping into darkness, we wait for light's salvation to leap off the horizon of tomorrow."
Oh.
Interesting.
I feel like this is going to require a bit of dexterity.
With Van not being able to read, he goes, "So we go down that."
Yes, and I read it. I read it out, whisper it, and read it out to him.
I don't think we should go down there. I feel like that's just gonna get us shot off a waterfall. Ejection pipe.
Moss, do you need that stuff?
What stuff?
The staff.
No, it's just walking stick.
Okay, and it's got your little spell on it?
Yeah, it's got light, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna grab his staff. I'm gonna walk up to the entranceway of the water. I'm thinking this is the key.
How?
The light of tomorrow? Darkness?
Yeah?
lie back and slide. Seems pretty straightforward to me.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I think there might be a bit of a jump at the end. That's what it just seems like to me.
Okay. I throw the staff at Grennan.
Be prepared. Be prepared for anything.
Grennan, a staff with a light at it comes out of Van's hand and coming towards you. You just grab it, or?
Wait, what?
Yeah. There's Moss's staff that has light casted on it. I toss it at you.
After they're having their conversation about going down in this hole. Did you hear what they were saying?
I'm just gonna catch the staff and then drop it on the ground and dive into the water.
Okay.
Wait, bring the staff! Oh, shit.
As you dive into the water, how are you in this water? How are you positioning yourself as you begin to slide? You go in about 5 feet, then the angle drastically drops and you begin to slide down. But how are you holding your body in this tunnel? It's important.
Like a chute?
Like a chute, so like keeping low?
He's doing it like
okay.
So.
Do you have dark vision? Do you have dark vision?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I have double sight for 120 feet.
Okay, so as you get in, you stay low, and as you're sliding down, you see tiny little shimmers just above, as if you're lying on your back, sliding down, and they're just above your face. And all you can see is little pinpricks of little tiny shimmers. As you begin to go down, you're going farther and farther. You're going 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 feet, sliding faster and faster on this water. You hear the rush of water, and suddenly you hear crashing in the distance. And as you hear this crashing, you see, but right where your feet are as you're sliding down, it's slight dim light beginning to go up. It gets brighter and brighter and brighter. The light's brighter. The crashing becomes louder and louder and louder. Is there anything you're doing to prepare for this? This is your one chance to think of something. As you come out, all of a sudden you find yourself shot out of the chute and airborne now, light in an entire room. As you turn over, you look and see bubbling acid beneath you in a green soup, pillars in front of you. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. I am just going to use a charge from my ring of evasion.
You do so and succeed. Caught off guard, getting shot out of the end of this thing, scrambling, looking around you, latch on to one of the pillars in front of you that are lined out throughout the room, and grabbing onto it, pulling yourself up, and now standing in the next level of this room. So this is going to be irrelevant for now, since all of you know what's going on there.
Yeah. Oh. That's the game we're playing.
So I take it that no one else can breathe water.
Alright, we're going to put you guys up here. And let me find Grennan here. There's Grennan. Grennan, I'm going to put you guys in this map. Hold on, let me get rid of this.
I'm going to cast water breathing on all of us.
Oh, hold 1 second. Let me move you guys over here. I forgot to move all you guys to the other thing. They couldn't see it. I'm sorry about that. Alright, and that's where you are. Grennan, now you on top of this pillar looking around. You see, in fact, beneath you, bubbling green liquid that is not looking too pretty. You see the water where you just came out on the slide just pouring down and crashing into this and just forming and fusing with this nasty sludge that seems to be beneath you.
Alright, I'm gonna swing my whistle stick as hard as I can and signal danger.
Okay. As you do this, all of you hear the faint whistling coming from the T. It actually taught you, the signaling that there is a hazard ahead, danger.
I believe you were right, and there's some kind of jump down there.
I gotta pee. Beers make me pee, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey, John, can you go in my mini fridge and get me a drink while you're in there?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Well, I don't know if the general is going to make it.
Yeah. Don't think so.
Is there space where we can breathe in this tunnel?
Wait, what was that?
Is there space where we can breathe in this tunnel?
Yeah, the idea is that it's
like a water slide.
Yeah, it's like a water slide.
But you can't lift your head up right away, or else you hit your head on some spiky shit.
Yeah.
Stay low.
Just as flat as you can. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die.
Get low while the whistle blow.
Wonderful work, Guardians. So I guess I'm gonna try to tie some rope over that entrance, so at least y'all have a chance of grabbing something on your way in here.
I mean, I have shit water. It's pretty nice and ice down there.
Does it affect that?
Well, I don't think it would need to if what you're saying is essentially you're going to try to make like an ice bridge to the pillars.
Yeah.
Because that would work at the bottom, where we could just slide down and then slide to a pillar. That could work, but Mila would have to go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, wait. Grab me a beer on your way through. I love you.
Try and get here so everybody else can say how they're getting down there.
The shape water cantrip for
What is in
hold on.
Alright. Alrighty. So, we have...
Everything's falling. It's okay. I got it. I'll fix everything.
Alright. Okay, now we have Brennan down there. So, how are you guys continuing on now?
So we've discussed it a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Mila has a plan.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna go next down this water slide.
Okay.
As flat as I can.
Okay, you do so, flattening yourself out, and you get a climb into the slide, and begin to cross your arms and flatten down as close as you can to the bottom of the pool. Water kind of almost going past your nose every once in a while, making it a little difficult to breathe. Then you slide down, you make the first few feet, and then suddenly angle immediately down and begin to slide faster and faster and faster. And then you see the little pricks of light coming through.
She's trying to.
And I'd like to use a cantrip, shape
Okay.
water, and
Okay.
turn water at the end, and make it like a ice slide to one of the pillars.
Okay, as you do this and everything, you go down and you see the light beginning to come at your bottom of your feet, and then you concentrate using the shape water cantrip and using it to sense the water at the end and forming it almost into a slight watered ice bridge that connects to that first pillar there over the sea of acid. As you and give me a dexterity check just to make sure you don't slide past it. Since you're not jumping to it, you're sliding into it. So let's make sure you can catch yourself.
Oh shit. I like to use my lucky ability.
Your lucky feet. It's not a good place to slide off.
How did you get paralyzed? Acid.
How much?
16.
Yeah, you easily enough grab your claws and stop yourself before you slide off the edge of the pillar, and now you are right there along with Grennan. Oh wait, that's caress. What am I doing?
I'm just gonna be like, good work.
And I want to shout out, be careful, it's a little slippery.
Okay, now with this guy, this shape water cantrip, you said you made it into ice, and you're going to maintain that little bridge? Is it going to...
It lasts 1 hour.
It lasts 1 hour. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna tie 2 ropes between the 2 pillars
Okay.
to catch him if they were to go to slide off.
Okay, I got you. All right, not a problem. All right, it's up to you guys.
Well, I don't know if the general's gonna survive, but
Send him down.
send him down.
In fact, let me help. And I grab the general.
I right before he throws him. I don't know if you can hear me down there, but the general's coming.
And I just toss him down.
The general, not being ordered to lay flat or anything else or any kind of way.
Shit, I probably would have told him to.
But I mean, you didn't though.
Fuck.
I mean, there's certain things I'll accept with that, but in a situation like this, you need to be specific. How she said, "I'm laying as flat as I can." I asked him, "How are you sitting?" It's one of those things in a dungeon where you gotta. That's why I asked, "How are you exactly doing this?" You know. So,
Good luck.
He as the general goes out, he kind of you throw him in, so immediately he's on his back and slides up. He kind of tries to pick his head up to look, And give me a dexterity saving throw for the general in the tunnel as he's going down.
Impressive.
Impressive. What did you roll? Jeez.
Hold on, let me pull his stat real quick.
Yeah, this isn't gonna be great.
You okay?
Oh, -2. 14?
14? Easily enough. He gets up and the general, being a zombie, somehow has just enough wit about him to see a large panel coming towards his head about to smash, and he kind of falls back down instinctively, somewhere retaining this
primal
instinct of survival to keep alive, or undead in this case, and begins to continue down as it gets farther and farther and faster, and light begins to be going in the tunnel. Not being given any kind of order to jump at the end or anything, he comes across the slide of ice and begins to just spin and start sliding wildly over towards this pillar. And give me another dexterity saving throw for him. I don't know where he's gonna go on this one, man. It's
Oh shit! that one.
He literally starts to begin to spin and slides wildly off to the side, not in between the pillars, but to the top or the left, in his case, side, and flying over, falling, tumbling down into now this pit of acid as he begins to be bubbled alive. I'm imagining nobody said anything, so nobody got a reaction to try to grab him or anything. So let's go ahead and give him. This is pretty much per 6 seconds or per round.
He was low health anyway. We never healed him after we zombied him.
How much health does he have?
It's not 5.
Okay, so he's
max for 11. So the zombie has 22, so he has 11
health.
So immediately 7 damage is dealt as you see most of the Grenin and Mila look over and see most of his skin and flesh melt off, and it just seems more skeleton than zombie now, trying to claw its way at the bottom of this pillar and trying to climb out. I guess the little bit of survival instinct he has one chance at a strength check to see if he can climb out of the acid at the base of the pillar.
Oh, look at that! He got 18.
He somehow, with his bones dinging in there, managed to climb him just far enough out to stop being burned by the acid before completely being dissolved, and begins to make his way finally to the very top where he sits at the pillar. A shell of the zombie he formerly was.
Is he now a skeleton?
Basically, he's got like some pieces here and there hanging off, but he's mostly bone now.
His armor just slides off.
Pieces of armor are gone. Like he's got a piece of lung here. He's got some skin and muscle on part of his leg. It's just all over the place with him.
Moss at the top of the slide. How did that go?
Terrible.
We probably should have done that better.
I'm next.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be. Yeah, I'll go last. I think I'll go last. You go.
All right. So I'm just like Mila did. I'm gonna skinny in and I'm gonna snack myself in and be as skinny as possible.
As you do this and you go down, you as well. It seems like every once in a while gleams of light off the ceiling, and then you continue to go down farther and farther and steeper and faster and faster. You see the light coming up at your feet. As you approach, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter, and then you get into the edge where you see the ice bridge and everything. And I'm trying to give you guys all. It's probably my fault a little bit. In this situation, that's why I keep priming you. Keep telling you. I'm like, if you want to try to, it's either I'm giving you the basic cue to where if you want to try to say, hey, I'm doing this to try to avoid making a dice roll. This is what I do to keep myself on track and catch myself. Then I can avoid a dice roll for you. Yeah, and we haven't done this much before in our games. I'm trying to make it better and more streamlined when we come to things like this.
All right, so just do an interrupt.
So you can, more than welcome, and it's something like that where I'm carrying on like that. You can see me saying the same thing over and over. It's like prompt for an interrupt. If you want to interrupt me, be like, oh, well, I brace and I get ready to jump and let then that's your opportunity for that.
All right, well.
Yeah, no, that I'm saying this is a little newer, and I DM more and more, I'm trying to get the style better and better. So.
Shadowblade says, great DM, good energy.
Yeah, well, thank you, Shadowblade. I appreciate it, boy.
As I'm picking up speed, tunneling down this thing as fast as I can, just be like, no one gets it. Nobody gets it. I don't even get it. Wrong lever! Catch me! As I come shooting out, I will attempt to dig my claws, my little sharp, snacky fingernails into the ice bridge to slow myself down so I land on the pillar.
As you do this, you put your hands back and sliding across, digging into it, kind of squirreling about, but you manage just to barely, and you grasp the edge and you stop yourself just before going over the edge of the pillar and settle yourself down and then begin to rise up, standing up.
Your skirt, cat lady. Pussy's got a pussy.
Moss turns to Van, the last two up there, well, with Lyris as well. Rochambeau?
Chuck that little lizard down here.
Let's let leaders. You wanna go, or do you wanna?
Where do you think I would make it down there?
I think you will if I go first.
Yeah, I think that's probably...
Yeah, and you go last because we'll have to catch you.
I have an idea of how to handle myself, I think.
Well, even if not, then there will be a lot of us down there to brace for you.
We'll be ready, because I am quite the boulder.
I go now.
No. After me.
Okay, I go after.
I'm gonna go.
You still have to be safe for me, though. You will catch me down there.
Yes. Me and you.
Yes.
Okay.
Me and you. Okay.
All right.
Man, they don't
So
like me.
I'm gonna.
He begins to say a little prayer over you. He's like,
I grab my shield and kind of give it a hink and take it off. And as I do, I put it up to my chest and I say, "See you at the bottom."
Are you going head first?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go head first with my shield to my chest, and yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna head first, shield to chest,
like a rock
and I'm just gonna go as flat as possible, wrap my tail around the inside of my thigh, so that it stays down.
Alright. As you get down, you duck down the shield, and you almost a slight leap to it into it. So that first
hold my breath.
Yeah, first 10 feet, you could catch your breath and slide that first 10 feet even faster, almost grabbing a little bit of air, and you feel on your back a couple. And then settle back into the water and begin to start streaming down at this very steep angle, going faster and faster and faster. You see the light in front of you become to get dim light begin to get brighter and
as
brighter.
it gets brighter and brighter, and I feel myself coming to the precipice. I'm gonna, as soon as there's room, I'm gonna pull the shield up from in front of me and slam it down into the ice.
Yeah, as you do this, and you see it, and all of a sudden a brightness, and you see yourself in almost a clear view down through the ice into the acid, and you instinctively and quickly lift up your shield and push it in front of you, and making a little berm almost from the ice you're kicking up, and it's slowly sliding, stopping yourself, and then you come just actually before the pillar, the shield stopping a little more efficiently than the others with their hands, and begin to stand with your shield just in front of them on this ice bridge just to the edge of the pillar.
That worked exactly as planned. Alright, and then here's what I'm going to do. With the shield still kind of pressed into the ice, I'm going to get around the other side. I'm going to take the hilt end of my flail and just kind of tap the shield into the ice to have it as a stopper right there. And then I'm going to holler up, "Lyris, your turn!"
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going now.
Stay flat.
Flat, okay.
He kind of
On your back.
This old cold ball kind of gets up and just chucks his walking stick down in front of him, and then he gets down and he kind of starts to put his feet and starts to crawl back, and
You push me, yes? Okay, push me.
Yes, sir.
he lays down just so like he's getting a bath, and just like very slowly, like very barely lays there.
Just stay very flat, okay?
Okay, stay as flat as I can.
All right, and away you go.
And he just like swoom, and he sits staying as flat as he can. You hear him coming. Like coming out of the tunnel as he comes down. He sees the light getting brighter and brighter. He's like sitting there unsure because no one's told him to jump at the end of it, so he begins to keep going and slide.
I assume he's going to slide right up the
he gets right on there. He gets a slide on the ice and this is wildly spinning around, and we're going to give him a dex check, see if he catches that. Okay, good. Lyris rolling down against it. He goes, and he plants his tail in his arms and spreads his limbs out as wide as he can, and as he's spinning around, slows down, and finally back to the shield. Almost got taken out. Back to the shield, though. But his back to the shield, boom, stopping it.
I lift him up by the cloth.
I am not a young man anymore. Why am I doing these things?
I'll just kind of like set him down in front of us, You did a good job, little guy.
Tell me.
And then one final holler from Van. Moss, don't forget your staff that Grennan put on the ground.
Oh, yeah. And I walk over and I grab it, and I grab my staff and I head over to the slide, and I'm contemplating how tall my shell is, and I'm like, I need to measure it out so that I don't get my tree chopped off.
Or stuck.
Or stuck.
Yeah.
You big round turtle.
Inspecting the width of all this, am I going to be able to fit in there without...
It's going to be tight. It's going to be real tight.
Because if I
I'm saying you're probably going to be the only one that's going to have to make a dex check just on the slide period to avoid these things in the top of it. It's not, even no matter how flat you are, you're going to be so close with your...
have the idea that
It's
I'm
going to be
having
so close with your tree on your back is what the thing is your tree on your back. So that's what's going to make you just
10
barrel.
minutes? Okay.
If you try to slide on his back, he'll rip the tree off, and if it's too tall,
You're the one person that has an appendage that's extra that goes out, so that's...
Moss, looking at the opening, is going to pull out his spell book, and he flips through it. Yes. And he casts his reduce on himself.
Yeah, as you do this, you say the incantations using your arcanic focus and everything. A little bit. Suddenly, you feel the whole room just begin to get bigger and bigger, and yourself shrink down to the size you appropriate for yourself.
That's much better. Okay, not so claustrophobic now. And then Moss heads into the slide. He's going to lay down on his stomach to save his tree from being crushed.
Yes.
And he's going to keep as flat as possible as he starts going down the chute.
Remember to catch yourself at the end!
As you go down, you are flat as you possibly can, being even smaller. So you actually, the size you're at, kind of a little swimming room and kind of sliding back and forth in this slide going down. You're seeing the little glimpses of light. Now everybody is assuming that those are the panels that will hit you in the face if you go. As you go down, you're faster and faster. The light becomes to cast through.
He's going to get ready to cast Levitate on himself, just in case he needs it, but he's going to try to do it without it.
Okay, so as the light begins to get brighter and brighter and brighter, now you see yourself coming towards the opening right there at the edge where the ice is.
And then once he gets to the edge there, he's going to take his turtle claws in his feet and just kind of try to push them down.
You do so and easily enough between that and then somehow maneuvering your legs upward as you're sitting and using the back end of your shell to also catch the edge of it to slow you down. You can speed up the kobold, brushing himself off, not quite up from where the shield is. Wait! Whoa! And you just slide, and he kind of turns like this, and you stop just in front of him, face to face, as the kobold's sitting there, his face sideways, getting ready to hit.
Hi, Lyris. I see you made it.
Yes.
Keep in mind, Moss is yay big right now.
Yeah. The same size as Lyris.
You're not as big as I remember you being.
That's little tricks here and there.
Because Mila's over there. You're so cute.
Just don't call me Franklin.
Alright.
That's exactly what I've been thinking about this whole time, is as his character, all I thought about was Franklin's grandparents. I thought I was the only one, but apparently not.
Alright.
And it's
Can we all
just,
fit on this thing? This pillar?
I imagine not.
I thought we were...
You are all on this same pillar, holding on to each other.
Ice bridge, we're all just kind of
You are all just barely squeezing on this thing.
I thought
the kobold standing in between all of your legs going,
I don't see what the problem is.
I'm down there with him.
You and the kobold are in between everybody's legs.
That becomes an issue as we're all talking, gathering ourselves, and a minute later, this guy.
Yeah.
I got how many?
It's a minute, I believe.
Oh, I have a minute. Yeah. And
Yeah. So right now you're looking at 30 seconds has just passed right as of now.
I suggest. I mean,
as
nice as being so close to all of you.
Group hugging. I grab him quickly because I instinctively I know spells don't last long.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna grab him by his shell and toss him over to the next pillar.
As you go and give me, you know what? He's small enough. You wouldn't need a strength check. And you know what? Give me a dexterity check to see if you grab on and everything. We'll see if you can. Just to see if you kind of maneuver.
I'm gonna use your fucking.
Yeah, maneuver yourself well enough.
This is just right.
I don't think my dex is great. Oh yeah, it's a 0 modifier. 14.
14. Yeah, you easily enough with him throwing and being prepared for it, and at mid-air you begin to get bigger, and it even aids you a little bit more, having a little bit more body to hold yourself down, and you sit there, and now on the other pillar, just down, I'm assuming you threw him.
Yep.
And so we're gonna just kind of set you over here, you over here.
Oh, your other dead. That's it.
Okay, there he is. Put you
Oh,
here.
that one? I don't want to go forward.
I would just instinctively go
yeah.
on the side.
Yeah. Alright, I'm not putting the kobold on there for right now. When it gets to a point where you need him.
Yeah.
Alright, now all of you.
Quick,
gonna toss him
quick
too.
side note. The general, is he up there with us too now? Right?
He's
climbed
hanging
up.
off the ledge.
He's like hanging off. The
Yeah,
ledge.
he's like sitting just on the ledge, kind of like like he's basically bones at this point. But he's sitting there. You see, looks over at you like.
Oh, you know what? Actually, to save us a little bit of room here, I think what I'm going to do real quick is what's remaining of my rope from... I tied up the soldier, I never took my rope back.
Yeah.
So I assume I would have cut off that bit of rope. Let's say we have 40 feet.
That's
still.
fine, yeah.
Yeah, so with what's left of my rope, I'm going to take and then make a little makeshift harness real quick, strap it to Lear's, and then strap him to my back.
He's like, hey, where do you guys go? As you put him on his back.
We need room.
He's like, very, very well. Look out for my kin. I must do his death rituals for my kin.
Where the fuck? What? You see him?
It's up. You got. He can't see. He's looking. He's like, you strapped your back. It's hard for him to look around. It's up to you guys how you proceed. Look, or what are you gonna do?
I mean, I'll like kind of like move around real quick, but
Yeah, being by myself
I'm
on this
gonna-
pillar, I'm gonna start looking around now that I have some
All right,
space.
give me
I
a
mean.
perception check.
Can I attempt to? How far are they in between pillars?
All of you guys are on one pillar. Moss is on the bottom pillar there.
But
how far is it from pillar to pillar?
It is about 15 feet between them. The blocks are 5 foot, so it is roughly 15 feet.
18 in the perception.
18. You look around and you do notice there's a kobold body, and actually I never put it on here, so let me do that justice for you guys here. Hold on, where is it? There. Let me put the guy on there. Alright, you do see in front of you a kobold body, seemingly looking dead, but sitting up in a very, very unnatural way for a body, as if there is no reason for this body to be lingering upward. It should be laying flat on the ground.
But
And
he's
as you
slouched.
yeah, but as you look and you notice his slouch, you see, knowing it's odd for it to, like, it's almost as if it's holding its own weight. You turn your head and look to the side slightly, and you see a little shimmer, and then you look kind of down, you see another little shimmer, and you look kind of back and see another shimmer on the top, and notice that this is a large, clear cube sitting on top of this pillar with this kobold seemingly suspended in it.
I know we're trying to make our way across these pillars, everyone, but there is something. I can't quite see it. It's right on top of that kobold body, right there.
Oh,
Can you turn your head to the side?
I'm gonna jump to the next pillar.
Okay, yeah. You jump to the next
I'm just
pillar.
gonna kind of like get everybody to try and move to one side of the pillar and then back up, grab my shield, and use the ice bridge to give myself a little bit of a running start.
Yeah, you easily enough, with what you do and everything, easily enough make it over to there. You get closer, and with his description and him pointing out, you kind of look and kind of begin over, and you do see yourself a shimmer and almost making a box, a clear box that seems to be kind of floating around this one kobold suspended right there. Though it doesn't seem to be moving, it does seem to have some almost life to it.
You were gonna say?
Oh, yeah. Dispel magic.
Dispel magic.
We're at the kobold.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Physical.
Okay.
Well, it's not a magic box.
Any ideas from our warrior-esque?
Actually, let me go ahead.
Mila?
Since all of you now
Brennan?
see this.
Wait a second.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. Not down here.
Is it undulating?
Yes, as you look at it, it does seem to be almost undulating.
Just very slightly.
Very slightly. It's so hard to catch a glimpse of it, but you can just barely see it off the side. You can tell there's something there, and it does have life to it.
With your perception, can I? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mila.
You sure you want to do that?
Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
We'll just see if your character's
Me and Van have been talking too much. You guys talk.
Yeah, no, you guys jump in and butt
Like,
in. I try to give everybody cues to go and everything because it's easy for me to keep going, and I can see that obviously for you and Josh, it's
so easy for me
to keep going. So I try to be as fair as I can.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mila.
I'm gonna throw a rock at it. Just because I'm curious.
You're going to throw a rock at it.
The military. What do we call that?
Hope it don't fucking eat me.
Yeah. Recon by fire.
Recon by fire.
Yeah. Let's shoot at it and see what happens.
All right. As you sit there, you suddenly hear a little rock go past you, and it hits the edge of this, and then begins to sink into it. You see it begin to. A couple little reflections of it moving a little bit more and a little more. And as this happens, you guys hear a very subtle but low humming noise and reverberation kind of go, and you can almost feel it in your skin. And as that happens...
So it's this one.
Oh,
Oh,
Great.
You see suddenly a shimmer and almost sink slightly on top of the pillar, then kind of mush its way back up. And it seems like another gelatinous type of cube tied to the side of the other thing.
As a DM, you're like, how do I skirt around this? Fuck it.
Yeah, essentially anybody that knows what it is already knows. As soon as like a cube, it's suspended in it, it's shimmering like that. Oh fuck, yeah.
That's goddamn love.
Yeah, so.
goddamn gelatinous.
And then we gotta jump some.
I do have an idea, but anybody else first?
someone probably.
I mean, I'd like to make an attempt to jump onto that second pillar.
With me?
Yeah.
Yes. You can. Let's see. We're gonna call it any more than 2 people to a pillar requires a dex check. Okay, so you want to jump to a pillar as long as we're not in combat, or even we are in combat, it won't count as a dex check as long as there's 1 or less people. So I mean, 1 or no people, then you can jump on it, no problem. 2 or more people, then you need to make a dex check to see if you can get on there without falling.
So this one would be no problem.
Yeah, no problem. You can jump right to it. Let me give you guys. Let me give you guys control of your characters, so you guys can do it from your computer too. Hold on.
I got proficiencies in acrobatics anyway, so I wasn't all that concerned about it.
Oh, that one.
That's sweet, right?
No, I don't want that either. He's trying to autofill stuff.
I might need a charger.
You might need a charger. Okay, that one is for blue heads.
Micro USB type.
Yeah, we got that for you. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so
I have a charger if we have a USB.
I don't know how long of a cable you got. If we can.
stop
if I can
trying
remember
to
where I
give me
put it.
autofill for stuff, man.
Didn't I just?
Blue S. No, wait, no, we want. No, Mitchell will control that one. Okay, Mitchell control that one.
You got it?
Yeah, it will do.
Mitchell will control this one.
Oh, that has stuff. Oh, well, I can still make these.
There, you guys have control of your characters now, Shy and Mitch. And let's see, let's give Boss to you guys. You guys can control them too.
Yep.
So Moss is there too.
Shazam!
Boom.
Okay, so we have Moss, we have that. And,
Is it charging?
Is the thing?
I didn't see anything pop up.
There you guys go. You guys, everybody has control of their characters now. All
It's a
right.
micro USB.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, I have the cord.
I got
to plug it.
a
A wall block.
yeah, I got a block over here.
I'm trying to untangle it here.
Okay, let me see. I need to. Sweet.
It should be more than long enough if you like.
Oh yeah, that's That's plenty.
Lightning cable.
John, is this power strip on?
What power strip? This one?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to flip a button on it.
Yeah, please don't. we'll be going dark real fast.
We'll have some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
There we go. Should charge it pretty fast too.
Yeah.
Lightning cable.
Yeah.
I always keep one handy.
This tablet actually lasts like a really long time.
I've got my little portable charger for that.
Oh yeah, I got one of them too. It's got the solar panel on it, so you can like.
I wish I had a solar panel.
Oh my god, the charger battery packs with the solar ones. Yeah, I used to have one. I loved that thing because then I could just like clip it to my backpack or whatever, and then go like Pokemon
Go.
and it would just
all
keep
day.
charging it.
So, we now have Amila over there. We have Moss over there. Everybody is sitting their respective. How are you guys? How you guys want to
I
proceed?
believe Caress said she wanted to go up to here.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep.
We're on top of each other.
You can put her up, and we'll just know you're both on that one. Yeah. There you
Okay.
go. That's fine.
Yeah, let's do it like this because I want her behind.
Yeah. You guys can. That way,
I'll take
you're
it.
both on that pillar though.
Yeah.
And the kobold tied to your back doesn't count as a person technically right now. So I'm
yeah.
counting as a space you're in.
He's
Okay.
a secondary backpack.
Yeah, secondary backpack. That's right. That's right. The kobold is a secondary backpack. I just stuff stuff in his throat and he holds it. Keeps it warm. Nice and solid.
Cobalt I'm holding.
So now, looking at this thing, I know that it is a gelatinous cube.
If your character's ever interacted with one, you want to make a history check and see if you know what it is, then yes.
Sure.
But no, we're not going that meta.
I was like, I can see this. I can see that it is a gelatinous cube. Do I know that it is animate? Let's see, even without modifiers, it's 18.
It's 18. So, I would say from your interactions, especially being in this, that you have heard. You've never personally been interacted with a gelatinous cube, but you have heard of them, and they tend to be in old ruins and dungeons and things. Though your people don't really worry about older relics and stuff traditionally. But you do know that, I have heard of a creature that does consume people and things and trash down in places like this.
Would I know if it has ears? Like, can it hear things? Or is it
No,
just...
you don't. You have no idea if it has ears or any of that stuff.
Alright, that's what I want.
Yeah, your history check gives you no insight to the anatomy of it whatsoever or anything like that. You just know that I've heard of something like this.
Looks like Mitch wants to do something.
Yes, I'm sorry, Mitchell.
How high up is the ceiling?
How high up the ceiling? You got about 20 feet. 20 feet from the top of the pillar, and the top of the pillar is about 20 feet down to acid.
Okay. I'm gonna straight high jump to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
What does the ceiling look like?
The ceiling actually looks just like a normal cavern
flat.
ceiling. It's not flat. It is
it's-
rigid
okay.
and things.
Okay.
Oh yes.
And these things, have they noticed this yet?
They just seem to be sitting there.
Okay, well, I have an idea. Since I practice this.
I just want to give them a chance to do everything.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's sometimes
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And that's like a thing I gotta remember too. Sometimes with the cam, because of the audios, I gotta remember to stop myself. And that's why usually whenever you see me, I'm like, hey, well, hey, did you go? Is anybody
I'm
else
trying to
doing
pay a
it?
little bit more attention up here too. Yeah.
Yeah. I try to keep it. Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to climb to where I'm positioned over and between the two.
Okay. Go ahead. I would say. I know you can. You can stick to the ceiling. You can hold yourself.
Yes, I have a climbing speed of 25 feet,
Okay.
but I can clear a jump and grab the ceiling.
Okay. I'm gonna say give me a strength check to see if you're gonna actually be able to jump and grab and keep a grip and not slip off and fall.
I was gonna ask, because he's a Grong, can't he just like innately climb things?
That's why I was asking him. He said he has a
Like-
climb speed, so I'm guessing he can innately do that. But
similar to
It
spider
would
walk.
still be like a slippery surface though.
yeah, it'd still be a
just-
surface that he would have to be able to hold on
Yeah.
to. Just because you have the ability to doesn't mean you just always get to do it.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody can climb a rope, but everybody's gonna make a strength check. Yeah. What'd you roll?
16?
Yeah, that's plenty enough to hold your body weight up. You get over there and you cling to the top and grab around one of the out things of rock and just hold on to it, and you're up in the ceiling of Medina. Is anybody else doing anything while he's doing this?
Yeah.
Snake lady, you want to transform into your snake form?
Are you gonna chuck me at these things?
I'm gonna fly with you.
Oh. Oh! Alright! I got you! Snack lady down!
Where are you? I'm not.
You're at the opposite pillar.
I'm the pink circle in the middle of that second
That
pillar.
would probably be about a 25 foot jump to try to get over to where she is currently, unless you go pillar to pillar.
Yeah. I could just jump pillar to pillar.
Alright.
So if she jumps up forward one and I jump over one, then we'll both be on the same pillar.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, I
I'll
will
meet
go
you
ahead
in the
and-
middle.
I'll go ahead.
I'll meet you in the middle.
I'll go ahead and sit you. I got you. I'll put you right here. I'm going to put you next to her.
Alright, so then I will take action and transform into my tiny form.
Okay.
Hey,
So we're about to take a smoke break here, but we'll get everybody positioned until they get into this. So we have Grannon on the ceiling. We have you two on that pillar. What you're going to do? What are you going to do? Yes, and go ahead, Van. Where are you going to want to be?
Oh, I want to be where I'm at, but the last thing I wanted to do real quick is, Moss, staff, please.
The light. You want my lighty stuff?
Yep.
All right. And Moss just chucks it over to him.
I'll grab it and then throw it into the cube.
Nice.
What? Why did you do that?
As he,
So we can see it clearly.
As he throws it in the cube, it stabs in, and the light slowly seeps in. It kind of pushes past. You see the cobalt kind of, like as it pushes past it in between it. And now, the whole room lit up with this has a large silhouette of a kobold on the wall. It's sitting there in shadow, as the innards of this cube seem to be luminescent now. And you now clearly seeing the defined edges and everything, and this is quite large. It's 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot cube.
It's actually a really good idea.
I thought so.
Alright, is anybody else doing anything before we take our quick short break here?
I just wanted to a little history to see if I've dealt with anything like this in my travels.
Shy, and Victoria, so Caress and Mila, are you guys doing anything else to prep before the break?
I'm using my rings of flying.
Okay.
I'm grabbing Caress and I'm just flying.
You're gonna be hovering right where you. Yeah, you can move yourself, and then just
I want to fly to the other side.
yeah, and just keep Caress next to you so we know where she's with you.
11.
11 on the history for what was it again?
If I've ever dealt with these.
Gelatinous
A
cube.
gelatinous cube. You know of them, and you definitely have heard of them in your travels and everything, but you can't recollect a direct contact with one.
Don't know anything about.
I know,
They seem to
let me see
be
the
pushed
mouse.
deeper in ruins
me
and
to
stuff,
her
and I don't know how much exploring of ruins and dungeons you did on your own. Really, was that something you did a lot of, or would you kind of like just observe?
He's just a wanderer. And
I say,
he
but
would've-
dungeon delving and exploring ruins is different than just wandering.
partially, yeah, he would have done a little bit of it.
So I would say that
Not like a whole lot.
you
but
you had seen one in a ruin once, but you easily could avoid it, so you didn't bother messing with
I
it.
didn't. Yeah.
But you had in fact seen one in person before, and just because since you were
Bypassed it.
bypassed
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
there be.
Moss would have definitely bypassed it.
Okay, and then we have you shrunk down the snake form with her flying right where you guys are.
Yeah,
Okay,
we flew
she-
over the cubes.
You flew over the cubes. We're gonna hold it right there, flying over the cubes, guys. And we're gonna take a short break, everybody. We'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes. We'll go ahead and put you on the cool music screen or whatever it is we want to call it. Ah! We have returned! Woo! Alright, so coming back to where we are on this, I somehow scrolled the map way over here. Let me fix that. And let's get to see where we're at here. Can I please, there we go. Alright, so you flew over across to there. Let's see, where exactly were you flying at?
I was flying on
like in proximity to the pillars, the ceiling, and everything. Where exactly were you flying when you went across?
I was right at the pillar.
And did you now in correspondence to the ceiling and everything else? Like exactly.
I was like right here.
Did we fly over or around these cubes?
Yeah. Did you fly directly over these cubes?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to put you. If you went directly over them, right here, along with her, right there, and that is actually going to go ahead and put us into initiative, guys. Oh, that's the TV volume. I don't want to do too much of that. Alright, so, wow, they did great.
Wheel.
Alright.
Okay. That is definitely at the bottom of that. Alrighty. And we'll get a I guess our kobold friend, since he's tied to your back, is gonna take your initiative. Alright. Okay. Alright, so, what's everybody's initiatives?
20.
We have 20 from Caress and 20 from Van. Alright, who has the higher, I'm guessing you have the higher dexterity. What's your
Probably +2.
+3.
Oh, she does. Okay. So, yeah, Caress will be first.
I'm a performance artist, so acrobatics and dexterity.
Alright, what's everybody else's initiative?
I got a nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, we're going to put that up top for Mila. Alright, and what about you, Grenin and Zemos for initiatives?
17 plus 4 for 21.
So 21, so you're going to be just underneath Mila then.
Well, the zombie, or the general, has rolled a 9.
Okay.
And Moss is a 3.
Beautiful.
I am not rolling well.
Okay, so the start of combat. This is very. Now you need to get Mila. You need to tell me exactly how you flew over them. Where were you in correspondence, like distance to the ceiling and everything, distance to the pillars, distance to them.
Well, I have 16.
Can you take the music down just a hair?
What?
You have no distance.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So what I'm.
Those people are 10 feet.
Okay, so what? So yeah, so you have so they're 10 feet tall. You have a 10-foot gap in between them and the ceiling. If you literally would have to probably be scraping the ceiling, which it did not seem that you really had intended to do that when you flew over. So to be honest and not meta it, I'm gonna have to say they're probably gonna get an attack of opportunity, at least one of them on you.
Okay.
So
And me, because I'm with
before
her.
we go starting in first initiative order, both of you are gonna get attack of opportunity. But you can only attack one of you, so that's
I'm hanging the lowest.
It's probably not even gonna hit because that is an 8.
No.
So as you come over, all of a sudden the cube begins to shimmer and come to life and stretches up and tries to grasp at you, but you both skim just past it and fly to the spot that you had yourself before.
Hiss.
Let me go ahead and move you over there. Okay, so it's gonna be a pain in the ass like that later. Let me move you guys back. Oh, whoop. You guys flew to this end, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so I'll put you guys next to each other and put him back. Alright. Now, we start with initiative, which is going to be Mila at the top of the round with a natural 20.
Okay.
So what would you like to do? You are flying currently with Caress and Snake form in tow.
Throw a snake into the cube. Oh, wait. Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Snex already flew over the cube.
More of my spells ready. I had poison spray, but that's like gonna be up close.
You guys over there having a huddle?
What the fuck do we do here?
Can I change
So
back?
there's like no cracks from the outside, right? So there'd be no chance that the moonlight would be able to get in or anything.
No, it is underground.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna call that.
There's a double link to extend.
Everybody else contemplating what they're going to be doing.
I kind of have.
I think the only person that really has any real general idea of what like gelatinous cubes are about is probably Brian here.
I mean,
Have you ever fought? Because I've never used them in any of my games.
no,
First time I ever used one.
The only time I've ever fought gelatinous cubes is in that D&D phone game that me and Mitchell
Yes,
used to play.
it's surprised. It's a lot different.
Well, I one way that is. I would like to use Call Lightning.
Yeah. Well, yep. Go for it, man. You can make Arcanic Cloud of lightning. Why not? It is going to be real low to the ceiling, and I would say that anybody within 5 feet of the ceiling is going to have obstructed view. So if anybody gets up, because Call Lightning forms a cloud, if I remember correct.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's like a 10-foot tall, 60-foot radius storm cloud.
10 foot tall. So anything 10 foot and below the ceiling and in the entire room almost essentially is cloud now.
60 feet.
Well,
So
let's
you gotta
see.
figure
A 60-foot radius. That's going to be.
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
better
check
part
all
around
the-
these
Yeah.
cubes, yeah.
Yeah. Where are you placing this cloud? Just directly over the cubes?
No, I'm trying to place it like as close to the ceiling as possible.
Okay. So if it's 10 foot by a certain amount, though, that means it's 10 foot thick by that wide. So it will cover 10 feet of the ceiling. You can still see, but if you're within the 10 foot of the ceiling, it's going to be obstructed. You're going to have an obstructed view. So, but it is there, and it forms. Were you forming it just around the tops of the cubes themselves?
Yes.
Okay, so it is with 60-foot radius all around the cubes there. So you got to figure from the center of the two cubes, you have 6 square. Wait, what did we say it was? 60 foot, so 12 squares each way. So you're looking at 12 squares. That's going to be from here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so it's pretty much the entirety of this room is all cloud. As you do this and you sit there and summon, you sitting there floating, you flap your wings a few times and you begin to gather your hands around, and suddenly mist pours out of them and begins to form into a large circle as you swing your hands around, chanting the certain words that you need to. You push it into the sky and it suddenly and abruptly expands out open, and clouds rush over to cover the entire ceiling.
And Grennan gets completely engulfed by
And
the
Grennan is now engulfed in cloud.
Anyways, well, each creature within 5 feet must make a dexterity save. And I'm gonna call the lightning like right here.
I can't see her finger. Is just telling me about where it is on the backside of the cubes. Oh, like right there?
She put herself to it.
Okay, I got you. All right. Yeah, go ahead, and they have to make a save, if I am not mistaken.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, so let's go ahead, and we're gonna. Let's see, Dex. So that's gonna be 13 and a 8. 13 and an 8.
It doesn't make it.
Neither makes it. All right, Joe. Go ahead and roll me damage with this lightning that calls out of the pseudo sky.
I need to.
Or is it a rainy time?
It's 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, they wish they could. $15.
15 points of lightning damage to both of them. Alright. As the cloud stops forming, Grennan looking around confused, suddenly to his side he sees bright sparks and as lightning begins to strike down on top of the cubes. The lightning itself is collecting and streaming all along the outside of these cubes as they begin to gyrate and shudder in utter pain, kind of parts of it shooting out slightly in different areas, taking the full 15 damage on each of the cubes. What else would you like to do with your turn? You have movement, which is your fly speed, and as well you have bonus action.
I want to say I'm going to stay where I'm at right now.
Okay, nothing for your bonus action?
No.
Alright, then we come next in the round, which is going to be Grennan.
Okay. I'm going to back up 10 feet.
Alright, are you going to remain on the ceiling?
No, I'm gonna try to drop back down to this pillar.
Okay. I'd say you could do that. There's nobody on the pillar, so you do that easily enough. Using, I would say it's 20 foot to the ceiling, 10 foot over, that's 30 feet of movement you're basically going to have to use.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But I'm gonna land and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Alright, casting Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and give me a roll to hit.
16.
16 to hit.
Oh, 16? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. That'll work.
So that is a 16 to hit, which does hit that, I'm guessing, bottom cube directly in front of you.
Yes. I was just looking for the appropriate die.
Yes, appropriate the die that is called for.
Okay. Yep. 5, 8 force damage.
8 force damage onto the bottom one. As you do this and you summon, you begin to take your frog fins around and you channel and you sit there saying a small thought and prayer to your patron, and then out of your hand comes a large purple and glossy blast of energy shooting out towards the cube and spreading around it, hitting it directly in the center, causing the 8 damage to it as it kind of once again reverberates in and shrieking a little bit from the damage. You can see it almost undulating in irritation with the damage it has been given so far. Anything else you have to do with your turn, good sir?
No.
Alright. Then we're gonna come...
I can punch.
Okay, we're gonna come to... now we come to Caress.
I am going to whip out my lyre and I'm going to give a mantle of inspiration.
You are a snake.
Oh yeah.
You are a snake on somebody's back that is currently flying.
I thought she flew. Oh, she's still like hovering over there?
Yeah, she never said she landed. She never said she landed.
Yeah, I forgot I was a snake.
Yeah, I remember to tell you. Gotta remember. That's like the one thing that can downfall, like transforming into animals and stuff like that, is like, you're like, oh crap, I can't do anything right now, I need to change it back, or you're limited to what you can do.
That's alright, I can use it as a bonus action if I expend a bardic inspiration. So then I'll take my action to turn myself back into...
you are on her back right now, hovering above a ledge, so yeah, you're over a ledge. She's in the air still. She never said she landed anywhere.
How she would have grabbed me as a snack. Like, she's just going to carry me on her back. There's nothing for me to grab onto. I'd have to wrap around her neck. She'd have to hold me.
She has a backpack.
Yeah, she does have a backpack.
There's no way I was in that backpack.
Well, if you were a snake.
Not in the backpack, but you could be
On top of it.
or something.
But either way, you were held by her in the air now. So if you were changing back, then you she
Look
is
at the
hovering
target
over
on the
that. So
left.
you are approximately somewhere between 10 and 20 feet off. So I'm gonna have to say you're gonna give me a dexterity
Alright,
check
so-
for just to make sure you land firmly.
If I hiss at her, will she be able to understand me?
Yeah, she has comprehend lane. No, it's not speak with animals though. No, so no.
So no.
No, you would just have to change back and.
But she drops me.
Well, she's not
Well,
like
no, you can just like free fall off of her.
you could free fall
the
off of
problem
her,
is catching yourself on
Okay.
the ledge.
catching yourself on the ledge.
Isn't Silva technically animals?
Isn't what?
Silva?
Sylvan?
Sylvan?
Sylvan? Sylvan is a derivative of an Elvish language. It's like
Yeah.
a druidic
Yeah.
kind of language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
talk to animals though. No.
Yeah.
Well-
It's a Fey language.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I will, I guess I'll just slither off her backpack and change mid-drop and hope I catch
Alright, go
myself.
ahead and give me a dexterity check. See if you can catch yourself on the ledge.
16.
Yeah, you easily enough do catch yourself on the ledge. You drop straight down to the ledge, almost superhero landing-esque, and kind of get back up. I'm not going to penalize your movement or anything because you just dropped down. So you are now currently where you are, just on that ledge.
I want to be on the ledge.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere. And I'll use my. I'll take away one of my bardic inspirations to cast Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay.
As a bonus action, you can expend your bardic action to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. When you do so, choose a number of creatures you can see, and they can see you within 60 feet. Up to the equal of my charisma modifier, which is 4.
30,
So you may
45,
pick-
40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So everybody but Moss can be affected by it.
Okay.
So basically, the other 4 people in your party. Okay.
And-
Oh,
and
the other
then
3.
it's
No, there's yeah,
Leave
there's
us.
3. Yeah.
So then, each of them gains 5 temporary hit points.
Okay, cool.
It can immediately use its reaction to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So, yeah.
All right.
That's interesting.
As she does this and
I
grabs
got a
her
little
lyre and
phrase
plays
for
a
this
little
too,
song.
Okay. Gonna inspire us.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Never pick a fight with an ugly person. They have nothing to lose, guys.
Okay. Inspiring words have never been spoken. No more inspiring words have never been spoken. Okay. So then there's like an end your turn then, I guess. You have movement, so you can try to jump. Like I said, if there's only 2 or less, if there's 1 or less people on them, it doesn't require a dexterity
So,
check.
I want to
according.
stay where I am.
Okay. In reaction to that, since it says
Yeah,
I
it is your
I
turn,
can move
that's
up. Well, her mantle says that I can move up to my speed
Okay.
as a reaction.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna move up to my speed as a reaction. I'm gonna
All right.
go ahead and high jump to the ceiling.
All right. So
Try to grab hold of like some of the
So we'll
stalactites.
just say you are where you're on the ceiling though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be 20 feet of my movement,
Okay. There you go.
and I'm just gonna kind of grab onto them.
All right.
And then I'm gonna kind of swing 15 feet forward over the cube.
Give me 1 dex check for just all this. Once you get on the ceiling, we'll call it good.
Fling some poo while you're up there.
Dex or strength? What is it?
Hey, you could use either, whichever you'd like.
Oh, okay. 21.
Yeah, 21. Okay, no problem. So you have no issue getting on the ceiling and going ahead and swinging
Okay,
yourself.
so I'm gonna swing
15 foot
15
over.
feet over,
All right, so you
and
go
then
directly over the
for my turn, for my movement on my turn, I'm gonna continue to swing.
All right.
This is just kind of keeping in my mind where I am because I know I'm obscured on the ceiling.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be over to the next pillar,
Okay.
and just by my best guess, drop and hope I drop on the pillar.
Okay. I would say that without issue, you estimate all of this, and with that first check, we'll carry it over for everything, and do actually drop down on the pillar, no problems.
Okay, so, and then gonna kind of whisper over my shoulder to Lyris since we're gonna act on the same
Yeah,
turn.
he's like,
Hey, anyway, you can make me swing magic, or can you do some magic on them?
you know, actually, I didn't roll Lyris's. If he's gonna be doing stuff, I almost forgot. Well, he did better than the cubes.
Let me think. When I can, I'll do what I can.
And you see him kind of like he has a little bag. He starts grabbing some. You see him grabbing some materials and doing some other things.
So, first things first. History for gelatinous cube for Van
Okay.
to see if he knows what a gelatinous cube is.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a history check.
That's not great. 15 actually.
15? From what you've experienced, you actually have fought one before. You happened to be in a ruin at one point in time and came across them. They were not quite this big. They were small. It was a smaller one that had gotten to kill a couple goblins and that you had defeated. From what you understood, you knew that not to jump into.
So, without saying too much, how much from the monster manual would I know? Because I have my own, so I could just pull it up, so nobody else has to know any of the information.
I would say, from your fight with it, honestly,
just about all of it.
You would just about know everything about it generally. Okay. And you would know what, because you would know what worked on it to hurt it and things like that. You know.
Cool.
So I mean,
with that, I'm gonna pull out my handy dandy. MM. And I want to see what I want to do, because if I remember correctly, I know something. I think I have an idea here.
Okay.
Make sure you all added your temporary hit points.
Yes.
Where am I at? I was trying to find.
Well, everyone but Moss.
How many?
5.
Yeah, I don't get anything.
You're too far away. I'm sorry.
Neither does my zombie, who's almost dead.
There they are.
Killing these balls.
What?
Killing smells. Alright, let's see.
I have another otherworldly appearance. I'm pretty and sparkly now.
Chris,
Yes.
how long ago was it since you did that one enchantment from when we were all asleep?
Oh, the first bardic inspiration. It's been more than 10 minutes in game.
Okay.
You have to use it within 10 minutes of me giving it to you.
Yeah. Otherwise, it does fade.
The mantle of inspiration is a little different. It's 5 temporary hit points until you lose them.
Okay,
Once
so
you lose them, you don't ever get them back.
So this doesn't actually act the way I thought it did.
Okay.
Which is good. Because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to...
I think you were thinking the black ooze or something?
Something similar, yeah. I was thinking of something that I don't want to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know what you're thinking.
Shit, what do I want to do here? I'm going to just, Did I take that? Oh, I didn't. Oops. The only ranged weapons I have are hand axes. Yeah, fuck it. That's what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna pull out a hand axe in each hand and chuck.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll for each of those hand axes there, buddy. Are you chucking to each one or just one?
Just the one in front of me.
Okay, one's right in front of you. All right, go ahead.
So 25 is for the first one.
Oh, that definitely hits.
And oof, 13.
That hits as well. All right, go ahead and roll damage for me.
All right, so it's gonna be 6, 9 plus 8, 17 points of damage. As my hand axes sink into the cubes.
All right, getting a nice good hit on both the axes. They fly through the air, ching ching, and splitting and splashing some of the cube off to the sides as the remnants of the axes do seep into it. But you can see it undulating in pain as it did before when it was struck by lightning and other things. So obviously causing it some kind of damage.
For my second attack action, because that would have been my attack and my bonus for the offhand.
Yep.
And then for my second attack action, I'm gonna pull out a flask of oil, pop the cork, and throw it at the gelatinous cube.
All right, I would say you probably hit it and do so without any issues. Okay. Something simple enough to hit it with a cube.
I'm not trying to do damage. I just wanted to sink
exactly. So you throw it at it, and it does in fact catch the side of it and so begin to sink into it. Cool. It actually sinks so far in as it gets towards the center where the light is, and is now casting a shadow right on the crotch of the kobold, and they're looking like the kobold had swole nuts floating on the wall there. So, and anything else you'd like to do in your turn, good sir?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, then after Van, we come down to our zombie friend.
Well, he's
the general.
He's gonna try to climb up on top of the pillar, because he's still technically...
I would say within this time you guys were talking, everything he made his way to the top of that first pillar. Okay. So I'll go ahead and put you a little zombie friend there.
Zombie friend.
I don't know, like
maybe
that he has.
Good to have a zombie friend.
You know what? We'll give somebody that. We'll just give you a knight, and it makes it look. That way we can see it a little better. We'll give you Thor.
I mean, he was the general before,
He was the
right?
general, yeah.
All right, there you go. There's
you
your
go.
zombie friend, buddy.
He doesn't have anything you can do that's. I mean, honestly, he's just gonna stay there, and there's nothing he can really do.
Okay. Well, the zombie climbs his way up and
Move, yeah, but I mean, he could try to. But,
he just sits there. All right.
and yeah, that'll.
And if that's the zombie's turn, then we come to Moss.
Which cube has been hurt the most? The one on the top?
You can guess.
Well, which one have they been hitting?
Oh, I don't know.
That I've been seeing, watching.
I mean, have you been seeing and watching?
Yeah, I've been standing there the whole time.
I'm saying here now. Just fucking with you. I gotta give you a hard time. You've been saying you the whole time, buddy. No, you do notice. You did notice that the top cube has taken more hits. It seems like more people have hit that one. I'm just giving you shit, dude. I'm like, you've been here. You should know.
No,
but I know sometimes you look stuff up and you get distracted.
Yeah.
I hear.
How much does the less hurt cube weigh?
How much does it weigh? You can certainly do a perception check to guess.
Fuck it, I'll just try it. I'm going to attempt to levitate the bottom cube there.
What size creatures are you able to levitate?
Up to 500 pounds.
It
large.
should tell
I
you.
believe it says up to large, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So which cube are you levitating?
The bottom one.
You go to cast levitate on the cube, and it takes a second. You start to struggle, but it does in fact begin to lift off of the pillar itself. You see the corners of it as it begins to rise, start to push out, trying almost as if it's trying to grip or get somewhere, but it can't seem to move at all.
Okay.
So I don't know where you want to levitate it to or how you want to levitate it, but it is beginning to rise off.
Initially,
of that
it'll go up 20 feet.
Then it is now touching the ceiling. If it's now in the cloud, actually disappeared in the cloud in the ceiling.
Read that last line there on the first paragraph.
Oh yeah, it gets a Constitution save.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Just want to be fair.
No, Constitution, is that to resist it? The
Yeah,
levitate?
to resist it.
Okay, that is a 20.
Oh man, he gets it.
Yeah, he rolled 15 plus
Yeah.
5 for a con. Yeah. Alright, so he does it. He begins to rise a couple inches, and then it's shaking and it's shooting its little jelly corners and everything out, and rustles around and boom, settles back down onto the pillar.
For several reasons.
Yeah, it was going in the acid.
Oh, well, that wouldn't have worked.
No.
Oh.
I
don't know that.
You don't know that.
Well, none of you know that. So, I mean, well, actually, technically, according to what I have, yeah, it takes acid damage. It's one of the other cubes that doesn't. I thought so too, but it doesn't have immunities.
Huh.
It's not. It's got conditioned immunities, but it doesn't have damage immunities.
Right. Oh yeah.
It's. I think most of the other ones do though, but it's just
I think
this one.
I think I'm just thinking the weird thing because it does acid damage.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it does do acid. Yeah, it should be, but it's not. It's one of those weird
it's
things.
Acid,
Yeah.
but acid can kill it.
Yeah, that's weird, really. Okay, so, attempting to levitate it, failing now. Going to the rest of your turn, you have movement bonus action. I believe you can cast. I don't know if you're a part where you can cast cantrips. Yeah, I think that's a sorcerer thing.
I think that's. I can't cast cantrips.
Yeah.
That's a bonus.
Because I know eventually in like sorcery you can cast cantrips with your bonus action.
Yeah, I'm like pretty boned.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, that was my big thing and it didn't work, so that's my turn.
Alright, well then Moss sitting there slightly frustrated with not being able to levitate.
I am.
We go to the next person's turn, which is actually going to be Lyris. Lyris finally, after bringing all these things together, takes some things and takes some herbs and then drops them on your head from the backpack and then smacks you on the back of the head. And then he casts Sanctuary on you with this. Okay. Yeah, so if I remember do you remember the rules of Sanctuary? I know what it protects
Sanctuary, I believe, yeah, it does protect me, but I think it also makes it so I can't attack.
Well, that would be, he wouldn't care. He wouldn't. He's casting whatever. Where's my PHP?
I did something.
Oh.
You were like...
It's right there.
Okay, everything on top.
I have
just so I can make sure of Sanctuary, because actually, he probably wouldn't cast that then. I thought you could still attack with Sanctuary, though.
Sanctuary! Sanctuary!
Sanctuary. You ward a creature within range against the attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. If the warded creature makes an attack or casts a spell that affects an enemy creature, the spell ends.
Okay, so it is that. Okay, so he wouldn't have cast that then. That's my fault. I forgot about that last part.
Yeah.
So we are going to go ahead, and he is actually going to cast Guiding Bolt. So he goes up and he starts stringing around, and you see energy start to crackle in his hand as he shoots out and casts Guiding Bolt, which is going to be a roll to hit. So that's going to be a 14, which does hit. And let me make sure of the damage on Guiding Bolts. There, almost there. Guiding Bolts. 46 radiant damage. Yep, so he takes a 4d6 damage. Our little kobold buddy fucking lashing it out, man. So 4d6. That's a 6, a 2, and a 4, so 12 and 5. So 15 points of damage from Guiding Bolt as he streaks it out and shooting and hitting the gelatinous cube in front of you, causing it the 15 damage. So
and it now sparkles with a mystical glow,
yes,
indicating that the next attack will have advantage on it.
Yes, it does indeed. Yep, you're correct. Yep. Awesome. All right. So that's going to be Lyris's turn. He goes, is that good for you? Ah, yes, see,
we got this.
He like grabs your head and goes, All right.
Watch out for this guy.
Now we have come to the cube's turns.
Yes. You can use cantrips as much as you want. Anything that has an actual spell.
All right. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, just outside. Yeah, both of the cubes begin to move their separate ways. One moving towards Van and Lyris, crawling kind of down around, stretching out and getting close and just face to face, and almost getting to the edge as they begin to back up. The other one going towards Grennan, crawling down and stretching out over and engulfing Grennan himself. Now that Grennan is engulfed, he must make a DC. He must make a dexterity saving throw, buddy.
Isn't he on the ceiling?
Ceiling or not, the cube is virtually with his moving distance and how big it is able to,
Oh, okay.
Regardless of which, he did drop down to the pillar.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stretch my legs real quick.
Are gelatinous cubes immune to poison?
No.
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, well, was that dexterity save for half damage? I'm pretty sure I passed. I got
So the creature, no. You can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side of the cube. So basically off of the pillar.
Okay. But do I touch it as well?
If you make your save and you choose to not touch it, you don't have to. You can avoid it, but you're going to get pushed off the pillar, and you're not going to take basically, yeah, you would touch it. I get what you're saying because your skin and everything. Yeah, so yeah, you would come brush in contact enough. It wouldn't hurt you, but would shove you off of it if you chose not to be engulfed. But granted, you are going to fall down into acid.
Can I use my action to leap to this pillar?
It's not your turn.
It's not your turn though. It's the cube's turn. You couldn't use a reaction to do that unless you have a specific feat that would let you do that.
Yeah, my inspiration allows him to use reaction to move his speed.
Man.
I think it's only when you activate it, isn't it?
That's all it said was they can use their.
Alright, where is it in the actual book?
Hold on.
Well,
Mantle of Inspiration?
I'm getting
Yeah,
pushed into
I just had it.
Is that a bard ability?
Yeah, if you could either A, choose to be not to resist and be engulfed,
They can
or
use
B,
reaction
choose to continue
move without
with your
getting
save
hit.
and be put.
That's all it says. They can use their reaction to move without getting hit. That's all it's really said.
But he doesn't have a reaction in this
Yeah.
instance. It's that creature's
It's that
turn.
creature's
You don't
reaction.
get yeah. It's that creature's turn, and it moved to him and everything. So he wouldn't
Wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
I'm trying to. I don't think so. We'll just call it for right now that, and we'll double check. So, you get pushed off the pillar. Then that's what you're choosing. You're not going to get engulfed. You're just going to let it push you off.
Oh man, I just don't know which one's worse.
Is it a part of your school?
Yeah, it's School of Glamour.
School of Glamour.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be pushed off.
All right, as you're pushed off, you kind of almost take a half step back. It does take. Let's see. What's your? It's gonna make a save on your poison for touching you.
Oh yeah, no, it does say they can immediately use it.
It's 15.
Yeah, so it's only when you activate it.
So it makes it. It's not poisoned by you, and now you take falling into the acid, taking 2d6 acid damage, which is 5 acid damage as it burns and bubbles you as you're sitting in there, swimming up, trying to get out, and you're gonna. Essentially, how I'm working the acid damage is every round that goes by that you're in the acid, you take damage, so you will be taking another set of damage when it comes back to your turn again, because this is the end of this first round.
That's fine. I only lost 5 temporary HP, so yeah.
Okay, so will we go ahead and shove you down into the acid here? Boop. We'll just put you right there. And you were right here. Okay, and that is going to. This other cube though is close enough to make its attack, so it is going to attack.
It's gonna pseudopod me.
Yes, it's going to pseudopod you. And that is going to
shanking me.
16 to hit.
At first I was doing this, and I was like, oh shit.
16 hit.
What, me?
Yeah.
Hell no.
16 does not hit, as it tries to reach out and grasp at you, and you avoid it, just missing it. The kobold goes, don't get us killed! And screaming on your back as you're swinging around, but missing you completely. Alright, and that is going to be the end of our turns, and back to the top of the round, in which we come to Mila.
Alright, well, I'd like to use Call Lightning again. Since I break concentration on the middle of the cube that's closest to me.
Okay, you do so, and it is going to roll to see if it resists. It rolls a... What is it, a dex? So yeah, it definitely doesn't make it because it has a -4. So it doesn't make it. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Alright.
Everybody do your best sound effects! How much?
23.
23! Wow!
Damn!
Alright. As you do this and call lightning, 3 bolts streak out of the ceiling in this effervescent cloud that you've made, striking each side of it, and it collates and just streaks all around the cube. You see it shuddering and shaking and vibrating almost. Even the kobold inside with the light casting off of it is now twitching around like a marionette puppet in his shadow in kind on the wall. It says swinging around, taking the full 23 damage, it seems to be having a hard time holding itself together in its cube form now as it kind of is sliding off its side slightly.
Also, I am landing.
You alright?
She's gonna land on the ledge.
You are landing? Okay, you land on the ledge.
Okay. And that's all.
That's it for your turn? Alright. And then after me, we have Grennan. Grennan, you are now in the acid, and you are now going to take another 2d6 before your turn starts. So that's going to be 10 acid damage.
Alright, I'm gonna move to that top left pillar.
Alright. I got you. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet of movement.
To the zombie or the middle?
To the zombie.
Oh, to the zombie?
Yeah.
I want to be more than 10 feet away from that gelatinous.
Okay, I got you.
15, 25,
yeah, so you should basically make it, yeah. Alright, so you're right there with I'll put you behind him so you can see him. There you go. You're up there.
I would like to drink a lesser health potion.
You do so. Go ahead and roll your health for you, buddy. See, like I told you guys, it can be deadly if the rolls go certain ways. You know, it's definitely doable, but still, there's some little things, man. So, I mean,
That's what 1d4.
1d4 plus 4.
1d4 plus 4.
1d4 plus 4?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. 7 health.
Hey.
Hey. Alrighty, good sir. That's your action. That's your some movement. Anything for bonus action or anything else? That can be your turn.
No.
So, alright. I guess then, if it ends your turn, we come to Caress.
We're going on 12 seconds.
So I am going
Every round,
to
every time you're there.
cast Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant Whispers.
Yep, at the cube closest to me.
Okay, you do so.
It is.
Does
saving
it
throw.
have to understand you, or just has to hear you?
It just has to be able to hear me.
Just making sure.
There is one that does. They have to understand me, but the Whispers doesn't. Because all it is noise.
You know, I don't think it can hear because it has blind sight.
As what?
It doesn't have ears.
It has blind sight. It doesn't use.
It doesn't use
any
sight
kind
to
of
see.
eyes or
It
doesn't do anything.
It doesn't
kind
see.
of feels things.
It kind of feels things. It doesn't. So
Hear things.
So yes, I do not believe that would work.
So
I mean,
if I can meta real quick, I don't think Caress would do it, because Caress would know that Gel probably doesn't have a brain,
Yeah.
and even if it did have ears, if it doesn't have a brain, it's not going to take psychic damage.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
True
Agreed.
enough,
Yeah.
'cause that's what it is psychic damage.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have anything less of something.
You have no ranged weapons or ranged spells or anything, or something to impose disadvantage or anything like that.
Okay, Thunderclap. It doesn't matter whether it can hear me or not because it
Yeah,
feels
it's
thunder.
vibrate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'll work.
Alright, so
If you thunderclap, you're going to catch me and Lyris in it as well.
yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Well, she gave you health and she taketh it away.
So how much damage? It's a 20-foot cube in front of you, right?
Yeah, and it is
Range
a.
of 5 feet. A burst of thunder that can be heard 100 feet away. Each creature within range must make a Constitution savings throw or take 2d6 thunder damage. So, like, I pick where it is. So 5 feet out from where I pick goes.
Okay, so you could pick behind the cube and actually just hit the cube and not hit him.
Yeah. So then I can thunderclap on that pillar on the other side and it would hit the cube but not him.
Yeah.
I wrote them all out so that I could... Thunderclap is in this one. It's not in that one.
Oh,
It's one of
you're
the
right.
only bard spells that this one gets.
Alright, well, it's going to try to make it save, which it does fail. So we're going to go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll. Give me the 2d6 of damage if that's what you're doing, because I would imagine that would definitely influence it. Were you trying to figure out exactly who would be affected by it?
Yeah, because
that's what I thought.
I believe the way it's worded is that it's 5 foot in front of you, so it's essentially melee range, but then out to a 20-foot cube. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
see what
think
you're
it says
saying.
anything about that in that one. That's something else.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. But
There's
for right now,
Thunder Wave, and I think that's what you're thinking of.
You might be right. Yeah.
yeah. But for right now, we'll go out the 2d6 damage and everything. You look it up, and we'll
Six.
next time it's cast, we'll do whatever, you know.
It's melee distance, so it would be 5 foot range right in front of her.
That takes a 2d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I would have to move to be on the same pillar as him
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
order for it to work.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
essentially a melee spell then. It's not
More or less. Yeah.
Okay, so then fun.
Thunder Wave would be the one you do for
Yeah.
the distance.
So then I guess I'll use my movement first to jump onto that pillar with him. So I have to roll for it because there's 2 of us on it.
No. If there's 2, then you would, but there's only because Lyris is on his back. I don't counting as a person, so
Okay.
you're good. You can make it there, no problem.
All right, well then
I got you there.
we all have. Then you're gonna have to make a savings throw, buddy.
Okay, so it does fail. Go ahead and roll 2d6 because the cube does fail its saving throw.
6.
It is 6 damage.
I succeed mine. Lyris would also have to make one.
Yeah.
The con save.
Go ahead. He is gonna take some damage, so he takes 6 damage. He loses his temporary HP and 1.
Well, what was the
As he goes,
roll?
The con save.
Yeah.
Your Constitution save. He rolled like a 2. He doesn't. Yeah. He's not gonna make it.
I succeeded. Wait, was it succeed for half or no damage? I forget now.
Well, the cube
it must make make its Constitution savings throw or take
the damage.
Yeah.
So I don't take any damage.
Yeah. So you take no damage. He
cover my
that Lear is taking some damage. Like, what are you doing? Right. And then the cube shuddering and almost completely collapsing. It looks like it is barely holding itself together on this pillar as pieces of it begin to collapse and tumble off and melt off and fall down. Okay, and Cress, anything else you're doing with your turn? Bonus action or anything?
I only had to move, 5 or 10 feet?
Yeah.
So then I'm going to jump back to the other ledge.
You're going to jump backwards again?
Yep.
Alright.
Would that give me an attack of opportunity?
Yes. It does take an attack of opportunity, which it is a 17 plus a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that does.
And that is 3d6 acid damage. Which is a real imperial, so that's 7 points of acid damage it causes to you as you retreat. Alright. Then after Caress, we come to Van.
Okay. Sorry, girlfriend's having a predicament, but it's fine. Okay. So first thing I want to do, I want to stick my hand into the goo and grab the staff.
You stick your hand into the goo, and it's going to be a strength save. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
That's 7.
Okay. You are going to take 3d6 acid damage.
Ouch.
And that one's tilted. Let's roll that one. Okay, so that's 4 and 3. So that's 7 points of acid damage.
Okay, there goes my temp and 2.
So you reach your hand in, can't quite get a hold of it, and barely pull your hand back out, and feel the sizzling and burning on your flesh. You couldn't quite make it to the staff and rip it out of there. You just weren't quite strong enough to get it out. And it's still stuck in there, now taking the 7 points of acid damage as well, using an action.
That sucks. For my second attack, I'm gonna try again.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and
get that staff.
Go ahead and give me another save. And you still take the 3d6, so that is now another 7 points of acid damage.
So that's gonna be 20.
Yeah, this time you quickly reach in and rip the staff out, and parts of it come out with it, along with it still burning your hand. You feel it sizzling, but now you have the staff in your hand.
Okay, and then with my bonus action, I'm gonna smack it with my shield.
Okay, I'll go ahead and roll to hit.
That is 26.
Yeah, that definitely hits. I would say, yeah. What are you rolling for damage?
The shield does a 1d6.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. That's enough.
7 points.
Yeah, that's plenty. You go ahead and you smack it back as you feel your hand burning, almost a little angry and upset with it. And as you smack it, it kind of splatters, and pieces of it kind of go everywhere. The cobalt that was sitting hovering in it, along with the oil, kind of fall down to the pillar and then roll over and fall into the acid and begin to sizzle up down there. The pieces of the cube all around the room, some of it down the acid, boiling away now.
And my hand axes.
And your hand axes down in the acid.
Real quick though, could I opt to use my reaction to try to catch the kobold before it falls down? Swing the staff into my pack real quick, like between my pack and my back.
You know what? I would give me a dex check just to see if you're quick enough, and if
Oh, doesn't that one?
Yeah. I was gonna be like, maybe a 10 DC or something. But yeah, that's you go to sweep out and grab, but you can't quite grasp his tail, and he falls down into the acid. You see part of his body sitting there and sizzling up.
I look up at leaders. I tried to catch him.
It's okay. You try. I'll have to bless the acid.
Blessed acid.
The best kind of acid there is.
Yeah. But now the gelatinous cube now falling apart down in the acid and gone. Cool. All right. If that ends your turn,
yeah, that's everything.
And we're going to come now to your zombie friend.
He's just gonna jump to the next pillar over.
Okay. that essentially is going to use his movement.
He doesn't have anything besides melee, and that would kill him.
Okay. I mean, you could have him jump into the cube for fun, I guess. But...
I mean, yeah, for funsies.
Just to watch him
why the fuck
disintegrate.
not?
Yeah. Well, how many more zombies are you gonna get?
I mean, I can resurrect a lot of zombies and then
Oh,
keep
well,
them.
you need bodies. is
I
the
need
thing.
bodies, yeah. So I guess I could resurrect him as a skeleton if he died, but I mean, jumping in the cube's not gonna do anything. So, no, pretty much.
And make a jumping slam attack.
Can you do a jumping slam attack?
I mean, he has a slam attack, right?
Yeah, he has slam, but
So why not jump and
If he has
bring
the
his arm down?
movement, which is he used 15 feet so far. If he has the movement to get to it, I will allow you a jumping attack before engulfing.
Oh no, he only has 5 feet left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so then he would fall. He would just fall.
yeah, because he only gets 20 feet of
Yeah, so
movement.
he wouldn't be able to go.
he can like the telepathic connection. He kind of gets what you're trying to do, and he goes to take a step toward the ledge. And he's just like
All right, fine. Sorry, it was a bad idea. Jesus. All right,
That is so handy.
let's just go with good old fireball.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll to hit.
Son of a bitch.
That's a 9. That's not bad.
Plus
That's not
7
bad.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, so 16?
16 does hit.
Sweet.
You go ahead and roll damage for me, good
Yeah.
sir.
It's over here for you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, here.
Fucking 8.
8 points of damage.
Wanted that to be better.
As you see it undulate and parts of it kind of statically moving about, you see it and the fire covering around the sides of it and blasting, burning a little hole as some of the slime falls off down into the acid and more of it comes to take its place. And it's still sitting there strong, now kind of shivering in anger toward you, Moss.
And then I'm gonna use my movement to go up by Grennan.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I got it.
There
I
you
can
go.
get it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit farther away.
Yep, you screwed yourself now.
Yeah, I fucked it.
Well, where'd he go? Alright.
There you go.
And is that going to be your turn, Moss, then?
Yeah, that'll be Moss's 10.
Alright, Lyris. Lyris is going to go ahead and take his turn. And what he is going to do... He goes, Frogman! Frogman! And, actually, make sure it's the right spell. I believe... You can do this. Just want to make sure that I'm not doing
I like how
anything
we got
wrong.
Lyris to tag along and shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Fuck the humans.
Like,
They're stupid.
you
Let's convolute battle a
Isn't
little
that
bit more.
episode of Harmon
Yeah.
Quest with the kobold janitor?
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite episodes ever.
No, never mind. You can't do that. Alright, so he is not going to do
I
that,
like
man.
that show, The Good Place.
He
that
is
me and
going
John
to-
like. There's a character, Derek, and he is Gribble Grabble.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on. He is going to cast something. I'm just making sure. Alright, so he goes on, he begins to chant some words and everything. You see light begin to glow from his arm again as he shoots out. It's a beaming energy, almost flame-like, but still angelic in its form. And a natural 1, so does not make his saving throw, causing a 1d8 of damage, radiant damage to him, which is a 4. So causing 4 radiant damage to the gelatinous cube itself.
You know why I wanted to convince Lyris to come with us? So that we could see John play the game by himself.
Okay, so 4 damage, so 53.
It's always fun when the players like cause an argument between two NPCs.
Oh,
Then you
it's
just
great.
see-
Y'all do that all
you just
day,
see at
dude.
the end
Yeah,
going,
I know,
well, what the fuck did he say? Well, I told you what he said.
But Leah's going, I do what I can, I burn him with the light! And causing the 4 damage to them. So it's going to end Lyris' turn. And now we come to the cubes once again, and our cube friend is going to go probably for the closest person, which is going to be back over here at our zombie buddy.
That's yeah, there you go. Oh shit.
So he does this.
He was there for bait.
Distraction. Yeah.
And that is going to be 17 points of damage.
Hey, I gotta head out for a few minutes to do that one thing. So I'm just probably gonna cast a firebolt if it's still alive by my turn.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's dead.
Alright, yeah. The zombie now engulfed, his body just floating in there, eating away little pieces. Just gone.
Oh, it's in my pocket. Okay.
Alright. And then after the cube, that's going to be it for his turn. Then we come back to the top of the round with Amila.
Okay. What? I don't think I can since my storm probably static.
Baby Raya.
The cloud takes up the entire
Yeah, and the
room.
whole ceiling. It's this cloud. Yes, you got it. You're lightning?
Yeah.
Alright, calling more lightning down onto the remaining cube.
Yeah,
He
finish it,
rolls-
Electricat!
He rolls a 4, so he does not make his save. Go ahead and give him some damage.
13.
13 points of damage. Alright. Taking the 13 points of damage. It shudders from the lightning streaking all around it as you can see it undulating and just now just looking around and trying to figure out where it's getting hurt by, and then just a piece of it falling off down into the acid, blown away from the lightning itself. Anything else you're doing your turn? Movement.
Yeah, there's back to this area where I am. Maintaining concentration.
Alrighty. And alright, after Mila we have Grennan.
Eldritch Blast.
Alright, Eldritch Blast, go ahead and give me a roll to hit. Damn, my nose. I got boogies.
14.
14 does hit. Go ahead and give me damage on the Eldritch Blast. Five damage. As it takes the 5 damage, the blast collecting energy collecting in your hand, being shot forward into it and blasting him and streaking an energy burn right into the side of it, and pieces of it falling down in. All right. Anything else with your turn?
I'm gonna jump to the pillar south.
Okay. I'll go ahead and help you move over here. You move your movement down to the pillar south. All right. Is that any?
That will be all.
All right. Then we come to Caress once again.
I will give out some more bardic inspiration because everything else
With your bonus action or action?
is my action.
To whom?
Regular bardic inspiration.
You can use on a bonus action.
Yeah.
You really don't have anything you can do at a distance for.
Nothing that it requires him not hearing me.
Yeah.
I'm a bard.
Yeah, no, I forgot when I played a bard last. It was a sorcerer bard, so I had a bunch of cantrips to just throw at people.
Yeah.
And see, my bard setup is mostly she's persuasive. And
Yeah, no, it makes sense for the character.
She's
It really
performance
does.
and persuasion. That's
Yeah.
what she does.
No, yeah.
I mean, I could thunderclap again, but
You gotta get up next
Yeah,
to
I don't have enough movement to get that close.
Yeah, no, I was just curious if if you just want to inspire somebody with your bonus action and either move or stay hang where you are.
Anything you could just chuck at it?
I mean, I could try to chuck a dagger that far.
Yeah, you can throw a dagger.
Let's see, 5,
I have 2 daggers.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. Yeah, you can make it. You can make
Alright,
it.
fine. I will take my daggers and chuck them at him.
Well, each dagger takes an action.
Okay, so then 1.
Okay, so go ahead and roll to hit. See if you hit the gelatinous cube.
They're not both venomous daggers, are they?
No, the regular plain daggers. I wouldn't throw the venom one.
Yeah. That's what I was asking. That's gonna be like at least 17.
So yeah, what's the?
It would be your proficiency.
Yeah,
modifier
proficiency plus your dexterity.
Yeah.
And plus what you roll.
So 20.
20.
Yeah, you definitely hit. Go ahead and give us damage, which is I believe a D6.
What daggers? I thought they
daggers,
were
D4.
D4.
Is it D4?
Yep,
Why am I
D4.
thinking D6?
Because they're little tiny little things.
Yeah,
I'm using probably a short sword.
4.
Yeah, that's right. 4 points of damage.
7 points.
Well, yeah. Do you?
Dexterity.
Plus my.
Yeah, dexterity.
Because
yeah.
it's a dexterity thrown.
Yeah.
All right, so then it would be
7 points of damage. Okay.
Finesse weapons. Yeah.
Yay!
All right, as you can stab it, you see it. Parts of it cut. It goes past it, cutting a part of the corner off of it, and falling down. You see it shudder, and part of it form back up to make the corner again, causing the 7 points of damage.
Haha! Take that, Jello monster!
You ain't getting this pudding pop. All right. Okay. And if there's no movement or anything else from you, then Caress, we come back to Van once again.
Okay, I'm going to throw Lyris at it. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, if I could have used my Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action, can I still do that?
Yeah.
To inspire someone close to me? I mean, you're pretty close.
Yeah,
So
as long as you can...
Well, if it's your normal Bardic Inspiration, your mantle is out to a certain range, but the
mantle
is
my
120.
mantle is up to a number of people that can hear me.
Within that range, right. But your Bardic Inspiration is you just targeting someone who can hear you.
Okay.
It's, I believe, 120 foot range. I think there is.
You shouldn't have any issue.
Then I'm gonna bardically inspire you by telling you that you can never have too many knives.
Yeah. All right. So are you at a D6?
It is 1d8.
D8. Okay, that's why I make sure level. Okay. Yep. D8. You have 1d8 bardic
and
inspiration.
I'm gonna reply with, "I couldn't agree more." And I'm gonna jump back to her and take her other dagger, and I'm gonna throw it at the
because I had 2 regular daggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as I said, you couldn't have too many knives.
Yeah, he takes,
I don't have
he
any
takes a,
ranged weapons.
He
So.
takes a step back and throws the dagger as well.
All right, so that plus a D8.
Yeah, you can throw a D8 on there.
3, so 16, 1 million.
Yeah, you got it, man. There's 16. If it's 16 more.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
4.
All right, so we got the D4 plus your dex,
Which is Ah, 3 points of damage.
All right, 3
Better than
points.
0
of
points of
damage.
damage.
Level 1.
As you throw another dagger, a little tiny piece comes up and it's stuck in it and sinks in the cube. You can see I hurt it a little bit, but not very too much, but it hurt a little bit. It's starting to look pretty roughed up, though. It's starting to have a little bit of trouble holding its form together and everything.
Does Mila have on her like anything equipped to her, like a dagger, any kind of weapon?
I have a scimitar.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's.
A scimitar and a staff of life sealing.
Okay, I don't want to grab that. If Mila doesn't stop me, I'm gonna grab her scimitar and throw it as well. I have to attack, so.
Mila, are you stopping him from grabbing your scimitar and throwing it at this thing?
Do I have time to stop?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
You better make sure I keep this back.
No promises.
Alright, yeah, go ahead. I'll let you do the range with it.
I'll just pull out my scimitar.
I'm gonna
and
need
dangle
this
it there.
D8.
Be like, you want this one?
8, 16.
I believe the D8 only works. It's only one time you can use it, though.
Is
Bardic
it?
Inspiration.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
once you use
But
it,
it's fine, though.
That's okay,
Trust me, the AC is pretty
let's
low
see.
on this, so.
Yeah, so 8 plus 5, so 13?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No problem.
And a scimitar is a D6, right?
Yeah. So D6 plus dex?
This one want to get plus dex. It's not a finesse weapon.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, so it's just 3 points of damage.
Alright. So throwing the scimitar sinking into the cube, sitting in there, now sitting inside of it. Alright. Taking the 3 points of damage. Anything else you'll be doing?
As a bonus action, I could throw one more thing.
I don't know if anybody has anything else to throw.
I have a scimitar as well.
I'd
be like, you can never have too many knives!
Well, the problem here is we could theoretically lose all of these weapons when this thing dissipates.
That's fine.
I never used my scimitar.
Okay.
You can never have too
There we
many
go. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and give me the roll.
No more scimitar.
4 points
No more
of damage.
daggers.
Alright, the cube's still standing, looking much rougher now after the combination of throws.
You run out of things to throw, you can always throw.
But still standing, having a little more trouble now as well, even more trouble than you just saw previously, holding itself formed together and everything. And that is going to, unless you move somewhere, going to end your turn.
Well, that's it.
Alright, then we have the zombie, which is dead. And then we have Moss, which is going to do a firebolt. And I guess I am going to roll for him. So let's see. That's going to be 10 plus his mods.
17.
17 definitely hits. And so what is it? What did he say the damage was? 2d6 or 2d8?
2d10.
2d10. Okay, 2d10. Come here, d10s. Yeah, there's 1. There's 2. So we're going to do a 5 and 5. So that's 10 points of damage. As he shoots it out. striking across it, and the flames streak all around it and everything. It almost collapsing and falling all the way down on the pillar. So one of the scimitars falling down to the floor, but then getting sucked back into it again. And it's still just barely holding on, sitting on this pillar, just trying. All it's doing is trying to pull itself, pieces of it up before it collapses completely into the acid pit. Alright, and then that's going to be probably it for Moss. Then we come to Lyris, and Lyris, again, is going to cast a Sacred Flame and attempt to hit. And I believe Sacred Flame is a saving throw, actually. So that will be... Yes, and it misses its saving throw, and taking the 1d8 of radiant damage from Lyris himself, which is going to be a 1! So that's 1... So, it's not strong enough. He shut there, and it's still just barely holding its form together. It's sitting on this pillar. Now we come to the cube's turn, and he's actually going to go ahead and go. Ooh, can't quite get to Moss, but is going to attack Moss, and that is going to be. He misses. He rolled a 2 plus his attack. It's not going to be nearly enough to get him. So as he goes to try attack, Moss goes, and just like ducks out of the way.
His head right into the
goes in his shell and it shoots over it and and misses him. And then we come back to the top of the round with Mila once again.
I can still see him, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mila kind of just has a little dance and says, "Dum dum."
Yeah, okay, and he's going to roll to see if he does take full damage. I'll go ahead and give me damage roll. 14. How do you want to do this, eh? How does your lightning strike this and end the creature's life?
Boil jello shots.
Pretty much as she's super dance and everything, the hands come up like this, and then she claps, and as soon as she claps, the lightning comes barreling down.
Yeah, lightning, as you're doing your dance, lightning begins to swirl in a circle across the ceiling, streaking in spider webs around, coalescing into a cylinder that into a donut shape that keeps swirling around, and then when you finally clap your hands, everything goes disappears for a second, and then a 4-foot thick tube of lightning just streaks down on top of this thing, shredding it into pieces, all of it getting blown down, and so much force with the lightning blowing it down into the acid. The scimitars you see in it actually get so heated that begin to bend and melt slightly, but then land on the pillar, ending and taking you all to combat with both of these cubes now.
Well, actually, I think her scimitar would burn up because you're a druid, right?
Yes.
Therefore, it would have been a wooden scimitar?
Yep, that is definitely gone.
So it's just...
It is gone.
Ashes fall from the gelatin.
Alright, so now we have ourselves out of combat. You guys now, with these giant cubes gone, sitting, things calm down a little now. You have Lyris on top.
Well, we did it. At least we killed them. He's lit me on the pillar. I must perform my ritual.
Yeah, so I, also not wanting anybody else to get in danger of falling into the acid again, Van's gonna jump to the first pillar, let Lyris down there so he can do his blessing.
Yeah, he said he gets down.
And then I'm gonna hop over to Moss to grab the scimitar that remains.
Yeah, he grabs
the kind of warped scimitar.
Yeah, it's a little funky now.
Gonna grab that, and then, can I... Well, no, I think he'd be fine. I was gonna say
Grant's
Moss, but he'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I'm just gonna grab that up and look over at Moss. Yeah, good job, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did quite well. I think we did.
And we're just gonna kind of hop over to the ledge.
Yeah, Moss comes behind you.
Back to you.
Yeah, Moss carefully follows behind you and catches up with you. You see Lyris, your kobold friend, sitting there, dropping some herbs and everything. Says to the prayer.
His soul is at rest now, thank you. I must continue in with you, though, in case others made it farther.
And if you don't mind, yeah, I'll strap him back on my back.
Yeah, he gets and as you strap him on the back, say,
please, anyone who needs healing, I have the hands that were gifted to me to do this.
Is Lyris is walking around to everybody asking if anyone needs to be healed at the moment.
I think Grennan's down 3.
I'll take a splash.
Alright, he comes over and puts his hand on you, casting it, and I believe it is just a D8 of healing, which he heals you for 3 points.
And He laid his hand on me, so roll Constitution save.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You didn't warn him against that. He rolls a 14.
14?
Yeah.
He makes it.
Yeah, he's like, you're sticky, my friend. And he just sits there back on, strapped to Van's back. Alright, you guys, it is up to you how you would like to continue.
Well, we're already at done.
Casual front flips.
I mean, no one said this was the end. Alright. You guys... How do you guys continue? Just continue on through the next hallway and doorway and begin to move forward? Or what do you guys do?
Well, we're gonna give this doorway probably a little inspection.
It's open, and you can see as it comes out, and it comes down to stairs that go down, and you see a large wall in front over to the room. It's a little harder to see any other details, but you do see another open room. It doesn't seem to be an actual closed-off entranceway.
I'm cool to go forward.
Yeah. To the brave go the spoils.
Alright, is that what everybody's choosing to do then? They're moving towards the next room?
Yours.
Alright. Let me get all you guys out here.
I agree with him on that one.
Huh?
He said, "Oh Jesus."
Big open room. Sconces.
Trying to make it a little smaller so we can see the whole map.
Yeah, you guys can change it how you want, however you want, so you can see.
Good.
Ah. Thanks, sweetheart.
Makes it a little harder to see the boxes, but I think we'll be okay.
Move everybody out from underneath each other. Oh, that's Boop. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, everyone. Let me look at my notes so I make sure I get this to you correctly.
How mad you gonna be if I say that I want to call
You
it?
guys come.
How mad are you gonna be if I ask if we can call it soon?
I mean, it's up to you guys as a player, plus players and everything. I mean, I know we all have lives and stuff. We started like an hour or so later than we planned to.
It's like 2:30 and 6 o'clock. I still wanted to go to the gym and have dinner before I go to bed.
Okay, well, if you guys all like, I guess we can. This is probably, if you want to put a pause on it anytime soon, probably now would be it. So, because once you get this room, actually is probably going to take a little while. So there's some stuff going on in here. So yeah, if everybody's fine with it, we can call this. We'll call this a stopping point after all the gelatinous cubes have gone down.
Yep.
As always, I always plan a bunch and think you can get through it, but forget that all the other good stuff that comes in
also,
between.
good news, I'm off next Saturday, so I'll be able to wake up earlier. I can come a little earlier if we want to do it earlier.
Yeah, no, it's, well, granted, their computer won't have to update next time, so even if we start by noon, I mean, noon to 6 is 6 hours.
Yeah, that's a
so
lot.
we just start a little bit later, but I mean, you got to update the computer, you know. So what are you gonna do, you know? But yeah, we'll go ahead and call it today. Hey, anybody that happened to tune in on Twitch, guys, we appreciate you all. Thank you for stopping in, saying hi, and having a little adventure with us. We'll be sure to be here back next Sunday. And also, you know, giving a shout out to any of the artists, Roll20, Dungeon Painter Studios, anybody with the music. I got you in the credit screen, so thank all of you for your support and your help. So yeah, if that's it, then all of you out there in the internet world, you stay safe and be sassy.
Mitchell knows all about